Okay, so what does this thing that they're about to fight look like? Avert your attention to... nope, not them. There it is. It's right there above me. Big, nasty-looking beastie. Alright, and let's open up some dice panes.
So we need to be put on the map.
Yep, I know.
Alright.
Dice window cover. There we go. Alrighty, let's move you guys over. Alright, so right now we have Marlowe is right there. There's Kia. There's Radovan. And there is the big massive thing that's about to smash into him. So I need to roll initiative for them. So we'll go ahead and do that now.
I'm sorry, guys, for my upload kind of going in and out, so I'm gonna have to deal with it, I guess.
It'll probably clear itself. Ooh.
Oh, it's probably your fault. You probably spilled soda on your quartz.
Nope.
Jack.
Nope.
Alright.
Napkins.
And I gotta go ahead and roll for the other dudes as well.
Those napkins are hella, you know.
Water. You spilled
Destructive.
water on it. Knew it.
Nope.
Okay, what is it? You can tell us what you
Let's see
did.
what they get.
I didn't do anything, man.
Alright. They are all going on a 10.
Milk. Lewd.
Yeah, Milk actually asked for a how Reroll lewd
I personally think that's
emote. She wants a lewd emote.
We have enough comments to where it could be used very effectively.
I think so too. It's definitely
So you
not
just,
the worst.
Just need one of the people, one of us going.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst idea I've heard. I can confirm that for sure.
Yeah, but who would be
shiny
the honorary? No, it needs to be you. You ladies are much more expressive than me.
No. Go ahead,
Yeah.
try it. I missed. Oh, your camera went all laggy.
Oh,
I
it
missed
did?
it.
Oh, tough.
Okay, and for some
Shame.
reason this is doing
Perfect
something
timing,
weird
though.
too. Well, what is going on here? This is why I don't usually use this. All right, let me go ahead and sort this out. Okay, all right.
Cool. Fuck.
We're ready.
Last night.
Yeah, yours is really cutting in and out right now, dude.
It goes from being like super awesome to being like nothing, almost like we're afraid you're gonna
Brooklyn
disappear.
Internet.
Right. And we need a heart. Yeah, I think an emotion one is a good idea because we definitely get you guys with some feels at times. Alrighty. Okay, so the big beastie is going to be going first here as it.
Oh gosh, damn it!
As it charges first. Yeah, sorry, 22. All right. Well, it's really not going to pick now. How, Kieliana, last turn you raised up off the ground. How high off the ground did you raise up?
40 feet.
Okay, so you are proverbially above this thing, so it's really not going to make much of a difference.
How tall is it?
How tall is it?
Yeah, like,
it's
how
probably about from the ground. Its highest point. It's probably about 12 feet.
Okay, so I'm well above it.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Great.
Alrighty, so this thing is going to come smashing into pretty much right where you guys are, and it's going to hit the tree itself right in the dead center. So, Marlowe is kind of behind the tree. Radovan, you're kind of behind the tree. So, without kind of picking a target, it smashes into the tree itself. The tree comes flying back towards you. So, Marlowe, you've got a humongous downed tree tearing in your direction. Radovan, you've got the butt end of the tree with all the roots. I will give both of you a reflex save to try to avoid it, because you're both right near the edge, right? Radovan's close to one end, Marlowe's close to the other. Reflex, okay, so Marlowe, you successfully managed to leap aside. Radovan does not. Okay.
Of course not.
Was anybody surprised with that? Okay.
Nope.
So smash, he hits it. The tree goes flying. It doesn't really go airborne, so it kind of goes underneath where Cairnemoore is. All right, Radovan, the tree cuffs you for
3 sticks in the neck.
11 points of damage.
11.
As the
Damn.
incredibly fast-moving entire tree, the roots just go and smash into Radovan, doing 11 points of damage. The tree went flying. Think yourselves lucky that this thing didn't hit you guys head on. Right, okay. So we're moving down in the initiative order. And I'm skipping over that guy. Okay, Marlo, you're up.
All right.
Oh, we're getting raided.
Tiger
Yay.
Rider,
Hey.
much love from the
Hi,
Guardians.
guys.
Thanks,
Okay,
guys.
appreciate
Thank
you,
you
dude.
so much.
And Elsbeth, my dear, welcome to the show. So we know where they came from. They are fresh over from John Sandman's channel. We love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
We told everybody to go watch you before us anyway, so that's awesome. Appreciate that. Epic, epic. Love you guys. Thanks for joining us. Alrighty. John Sandman,
Alright.
thank you for hosting us as well, my buddy. Appreciate it,
Oh my
dude.
goodness.
Reesh.
Okay. So, yeah, Marlo, you're up. What do you want to do?
I
McClacken,
want
thank
to-
you for hosting us as well, bud.
I want
Thank
to
you, guys.
abundant step over this thing's head
You want to abundant
try to-
step over its head?
and try to grab onto its horns
Oh,
to steady
God.
myself.
Okay, so
Oh,
you're trying to
my.
get up on top of the thing, grab hold of the horns, and proverbially take the reek by the horns, is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Claw Raider and Oh My Goddess, thank you for the follows, guys. All right, go ahead then. Give me a dex check on that. Basically, it's going to be a jump, right? So a jump skill.
well,
get
it's
your
an
ass up
abundant
there.
step, so would I be jumping? I'm just.
Oh, well,
falling,
sorry.
right?
If you're going to use abundant step as an ability, I'm sorry, I was misunderstanding you. Yeah, because that pretty much allows you to land where you want to land. So, okay, so you,
Sweet.
like a blur, Marlo becomes like a flashing shadow as she appears. Now, is there a height limit on abundant step?
Not according to what I read. I can double check it though.
All right, do that for me.
Go back, attacks of opportunity, combat reflexes, blah blah blah, diamond soul, abundant step.
Bill, I am
As
Babble.
if
Thanks for the follow, buddy.
using dimension door. It says the range is 400 feet to 40 feet.
Right. Then, yeah, you're
400
good.
feet plus 40 feet. whatever
Yeah,
that
you're
means.
good. Fidzy, thanks for the follow. All right, yep, so you appear on top of the thing, so that's your abundant step. K Club of Gaming, thanks for follow. Ethan the First, and thank you as well. So you're up there. What are you going to do?
Oh, I can still do something?
Well,
I thought
what
that
is
was
it?
my action.
Is that a physical? Is it a full action or is it a standard action?
I'm so sorry, guys. It doesn't say. It's as if using the spell dimension door, so it would be a standard action, yes.
So if it's a standard action, you can still move, but you can't attack.
Alright, I'm good. I'm not moving anywhere. I'm just grabbing on, getting ready.
You can just like walk up and down its back, and maybe give it a little back
Like,
massage, like
alright.
knead its muscles
Right.
with your.
Feel up and you see how strong the skin is.
The Chemical Stream, Mythander
You're so
43,
tense.
JB
Relax a
Hull,
little.
Comrade Killdozer, Tensu Shadows, thank you for the follow as well. We much
She did
appreciate you,
abundant
dude.
Step onto a dragon once.
Okay. That's a fun place to be. Fortunately, I mean, this thing is huge. As I said, it's about 12 feet tall. It's probably almost about 20 feet long. Longer if you count the tail. But that puts you in good stead. Okay, Cairnemoore. Last
Right.
turn, you levitated up off the ground, so you're 40 feet up in the air. Now, of course, Marlo is now on the back of this thing as well. What do you want to do?
Alright. It's a large beast.
It's
so
considered huge, actually.
here's Marlo, good luck. Alright. So I
Fireball!
Marlo and I just go, oh shit, but I'm doing it. I see that his large
Just okay,
tail's
no,
kind of
that's
waving
fine.
back and forth. So I aim a freezing sphere at his tail to try to unbalance him.
Okay. Pop up freezing sphere for
It's
chat.
cool. I'm gripping those horns. I'm prepared.
I believe in you, so I think it'll be alright.
All right. Holy moly. Okay. Well, it will do if it doesn't save for half. 55 points of cold
Like
damage.
Dice.
Alrighty, freezing.
At least she's not burning
sphere.
down this forest again, you know?
Hey, you know
I think I
frost
need that,
kills
yeah.
saplings
I have rules I
too,
gotta
right? You
follow.
understand that. Severe frost is not good for plants either. Okay, it freezes the liquid to a depth of 6 inches over an area equal to 100 square feet per caster level. The ice lasts for 1 round per caster level. Creatures that were swimming on the surface of the frozen water become trapped. None of that really matters.
No, just the first part.
So what you've done is really, you've created a 10-foot radius burst of frost. And as I
Right on
said,
its
that is
scale.
a total of 55 points of damage. Okay, this thing can try to save for half, so we're going to give that a shot. Hey, it doesn't have a good chance, but you know how that goes when I'm rolling. So it needs a
Gosh, damn
17 to save. 22! Yes! What an asshole. Can you believe that?
Roll 20!
All right, so amazingly, Shaggett's loving it. I mean, listen to him.
Jesus.
All right, amazingly, right as you let the sphere go, realizing that somebody is grabbing hold of its horns, it thrusts its tail around and hurls its back end to the side, trying its best to throw the person on it off of it. In doing so, half of the freezing sphere actually doesn't hit the thing. So you, instead of doing 55, you're doing 28. There you go.
Oh, hey, the turn order thing is working for me now.
Oh, okay. All right. It is, except it's not working properly because I had to add stuff. I added stuff like after the fact. Radovan should be. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Let me just. I can fix this.
Yeah, I'm going to be underneath everything. Yeah.
All right. Okay. With that, the whooping, hollering, screaming, charging, green-skinned savages
Boy.
are charging around too. So we're going to go ahead and move them. Give them approximate. I'm just guesstimating the 60 feet. All right.
Damn, there's a lot of people.
Yikes.
And I'm going to measure this one because I want to get a good idea of. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Thank you for the follows, guys.
Alrighty, yes indeedy. So let me have a quick look and say thank you to the last few guys. Molly PKK and Wolf MJG. Thank you for the follows. Alrighty, so
Right, Rock? I can fix this right before the stream goes dead.
yeah, that's when Marlowe screams, "Watch this!" Alright, so they use their full action, their full charge, or their full, not charge, but dash, to try to get down into melee range. None of them actually successfully get into melee range. However, nobody else can really see this, because I think it's fair to assume that Radovan can't, because there's a colossal beast or a huge beast in his way. Marlowe is facing the wrong direction. However, Kia, standing up in the air, you can see what appears to be a orc. He is probably close to 9 feet tall, rippling with muscles. He has a two-handed axe in one hand. As he's standing there, he has long, black, flowing dreadlocks in his hair. At the bottom of each of his dreads is what looks like a human skull. Like just dangling
What?
off of his shoulders,
That
tied
must
through
be
the eye
uncomfortable
sockets.
for him.
He has a helmet on, which is more like a skull cap. There is no horns attached to it, but that looks like it's made of some kind of animal bone as well. As he kind of emerges out of the distance, out of the mist, he just reaches up, stretching his huge, bulky, massive arms and lets out a blood-curdling war cry.
Yikes.
Well,
It's okay. We can speak horde. Kick.
Yeah, there you go. Alrighty. Radovan Rainier, you are up, my friend. Alright, so you've got, on your side, you can see 3 of these savage orc creatures charging towards you. They are literally, like, to look at their faces as they're running, their faces are all almost manically psychotic. Their eyes are huge, their mouths are wide open, their weapons are raised up, their shields are not even, like, poised, as if ready to defend themselves. They're hanging down low by their sides, and they're just screaming, "Ah!"
how tall or large are they in relation to the beasts and myself?
They are about probably 6.5 feet tall. They're
So they're on the
on a
tall
par.
side.
They're on a par with you. Yeah.
Okay, so I am casting a spell. Divine Power.
Okay. You call upon the divine power of your patron. You imbue yourself with strength and skill in combat. Base attack bonus basically goes up to
14.
14. And you get a +6 strength enhancement bonus as well.
Beast
and,
mode Radovan.
and 14 temporary hit points.
Yeah, so I just, but I can't, they're not in range of me, so, and I couldn't hit them anyway because I just cast a spell with the standard action. I am, however, going to move back a little bit, just kind of away from everything, because that beast, I don't want it hitting me, especially with 3 that are going to be on me.
All right. So divine power, that's a standard action, so you can still move. And because they had not quite gotten into range of combat, you won't have any attacks of opportunity against you. All right. How far back did you move? I just want to make a measure.
Just 20. Just
so you're like 20. Yeah, you're kind of 20-ish feet. Ish.
And then I'm ready for them, I guess.
Alrighty. Okay. Cool beans. Right, the reek, the creature itself. Alrighty, well, Marlowe, you are on top of it, so it is going to try to throw you. That is going to be a grapple check.
Alright.
I don't think I typed that right, mods. I was trying to help somebody in chat.
Oh, okay. Alright, Marlowe, you need to beat a 13 to hang on, as this thing pretty much goes into bucking bronco mode, like throwing its tails in its body. Ooh, look at it. There's the thing you wanted all night long. Natural 20! The first natural 20
Congratulations, Marlowe.
of the night
Well done.
goes to Marlowe. If you were one of the few that bet on Marlowe, which is actually the majority of you bet on Marlowe, you just won gold pieces. There you go, guys. Gold for you. Epic. Okay. Alright, as much as this thing tries to throw you off, all it really achieves is you pretty much manage to get yourself in an even better position. Kind of bracing your feet against the horns and hanging on with your arms as it tosses around. It really, you find automatically you're able to kind of go with the flow. You've sussed out this thing's movements already, and just with a few knee bends and shoulder wiggles, you're able just to ride this thing like a fairground attraction. Don't save that. Alrighty. That's all it's going to get to do, because it's really not able to attack anybody. Alright, next round. Brogash, the mighty orc chieftain. He is going to charge down. Okay, Brogash runs down, jumps on the skiff that this thing was pulling behind it, and is going to try to leap off of the skiff onto the back of this beast.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Please miss. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Natural 20!
What is this?
With amazing skill
flying.
and unparalleled dexterity for an orc, he leaps on the skiff, hurls his entire body up in the air, and lands right on the center of the back, crouching down.
Holy.
One hand touches down on the beast's back, poises down almost, superhero landing, raises up his eyes, scowls, and looks at Marlowe with a single huge toothy grin.
I can't be outdone.
And he stands up and gets ready with a low kind of crouch position to maintain his balance with a wide stance, raising his two-handed axe in his right hand, poised, ready to attack Marlowe. Now, that's about all he can really do because he had to use his action to get up there. So he is done. Marlowe, it is your turn. You have an opponent.
Alright, so hearing this ugly, tall bastard, because I can hear how ugly he is, I'm going to turn around. Planting my feet so that I don't fall off this wiggling thing. I'm going to give him the biggest grin ever.
Alright.
Finally. This is what I've been waiting for.
Something worth punching. Okay. What do you want to do?
Alright, and, well, duh. We're going to flurry of blows.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Because you two are fighting on the back of a constant moving thing, I'm going to give you guys, you and him both, a -4 to your attacks. Because it's kind of like you having to steady yourself and position yourself at the same time. So -4 on the hits. So take that into account, whatever you're doing.
That didn't roll right. What the hell am I looking at right now?
You.
It didn't ask me.
No. You clicked the damage macro. You want the middle one.
Oh my god, there are so many freaking macro. Okay, full attack. I see it.
There you go.
Sorry, everybody.
Alrighty. All right, Marlowe, let him have it.
No power attack. Additional attack bonus. No. Can I put negative
Yeah,
in here?
put -4.
Negative. Actually, it's -5, right? Because I'm in snake mode. Or snake style.
If you're using snake style, yes, -5.
Damn.
Oh, wow. Fast car.
Yeah, someone was hauling ass.
Yeah, seriously.
He probably just drove by Trump Tower and screamed, okay, let's have a look. Okay, your first 2 attacks will hit.
Great.
So that's 11 and 17. All right, leaping forward in snake style, you begin to swing and strike like a venomous viper. Sting. 2 hits land, 18 points of damage.
Gore? Is that the second roll was a 19, right?
The second roll was a 19,
Yeah.
yes, which if you
That
are in
is a
snake
potential
style,
crit.
that creates that as a
Oh,
crit.
3.5.
Yep, so that would indeed be a crit. So roll the damage dice again.
That one I can just hit the first back row.
Yeah. So just go ahead and roll that and add it to it.
Okay, I hit the first. Is it the third macro?
The third
Because
one, the one on the far right.
I guess I could just read, but that writing is really small. That's why I didn't see it. Okay.
All right, nice.
Sweet.
Another. How did that do 13? Well, you're only going to want the dice roll because it added your +3 automatically. So it's actually 10 damage. So you hit him for 28. Okay, so the first blow hits for 11. The second one, you get a perfect strike and jab him straight in the throat as he's like gargling and spitting as he does so. All right, Kia, you are up.
Right. Okay.
So Marlowe and the orc are on the back of this giant creature, going toe-to-toe, trying their best to maintain balance, swinging and punching and hurling axes at each other. A horde of orcs on the ground, however, looks like it's going to be closing in and causing problems for Radovan.
Right. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at these 3 orcs that I see in front of me that are headed towards Radovan.
All right.
So
Scorching Ray.
here is that. I'm going to make some attack rolls. Oh, God! Wait, that doesn't do anything. Damn
No,
it.
that doesn't.
I hate that.
That's for
so
spell
excited.
resistance. You don't need it.
Alright, I
Alrighty.
gotta roll 3 attack.
So you basically make
attack.
3 ranged touch attacks. So
Right.
you're only having to hit
Their touch AC.
Their touch AC, which is only 13.
Oh, is
No.
that right?
There's 1,
All right.
2. There's 3.
All right. Yeah, you hit all 3. You have
Fantastic.
because this is range, isn't it? And you have a really high dexterity.
I hit all 3. Okay.
Yeah, because you've got a +10 to hit because you've got such a high dex. Okay. Alrighty. So each ray basically hits for 4d6 damage.
1.
All right. So the first orc takes 13.
Ooh.
The second one 19.
3.
14. Not bad at all.
I can look at Radavan and say, I got you. Don't worry. Marlo
Alrighty.
stole my fight.
Okay, so we get a 1, 2, 3. And suddenly, out of nowhere, an airstrike comes down. These 3 orcs, blasted with fire, scream and leap to the side, leaping to the left, leaping to the right, slamming their bodies with the shields, trying to put out the flames that ignite parts of their barely covered or chest covering pieces of like leather tunic that they have.
I
It's more
still
like
hate
shoulder pieces.
orcs.
Alrighty. Yeah, Kia's not fond of orcs. Alright. So let me go ahead and, just because we like to use icons here, so you've got a orange and a orange and a green. There you go. Oh, I just tagged him, didn't I? I didn't mean to tag him. Alright. Oh, that stupid guy's out of the... Here we go. I just noticed that I couldn't actually reach him because he was underneath the beastie. Okay. Alright, good job, Kia. It is their turn. Alrighty. Radavan. Charge attack. Charge attack. Charge attack. Not him. Stay there. Okay, these ones are going to charge, come around the side.
Oh, God.
They won't get to attack, but they will get into combat range. Alright, 3 of the orcs are making charge attacks at you. Gives them +2 on the hits. And they have plus... Alrighty. And let me go ahead and add the +2 and make those attacks. Alrighty. Here we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3.
What is your AC? Should I get them? I don't hear you.
And actually, yeah, you are
No, it's
correct,
muted.
Kia.
22.
I forgot to have you... I forgot on 3.5 you have to confirm your crit. I forgot to get you to confirm it.
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's alright, it's our fault. But you know what? We're not
I mean,
going
if it
to...
would have succeeded, it would have done like a couple more damage, and if it had failed, it wouldn't have done anything. So
Hey, you know, well, if it would have succeeded, it would have done the damage that she did, but we're not going to retcon that. I'll just remember for next time. That's, you know, addition switching. Alright, so what is your current AC, Rado?
It's 22, so one of those hit.
Alrighty. Alrighty. He smacks you with his orcish falchion. You take 12 points of damage as it smashes into your right forearm, just barely bypassing the shield and kind of hitting you across the elbow point.
Alright.
Alrighty. Let me move these down. Boom, 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 boom. It is your turn to retaliate, sir.
So I'm going to
come on.
do a full round of attacks, where the first 2 are going to hit the one in front of me. The 2 that are injured you have marked as orange. The first 2...
Yeah.
the first 2 attacks of the full round is going to go to the one that's orange, and the other one's going to go to the one to his right. So it's just going to be like smacks, you know, with this.
So you want to attack the one here in front first, and then this guy, right?
Right, but the one that attacks first, he'll attack with 2 of his attacks.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm going to do a full round attack, and we're going to, you know, pray.
Go for it. Let him have it.
Oh!
Hey!
All right, 34, a crit.
You crit your
Divine power and his BAB.
Okay, that's 3 hits. So,
Holy shit.
damage done to the first one is 12 plus. Alrighty,
31.
31 points of damage. Okay, so you swing your mace, smashing the guy on the shoulder. You hear a gratifying crunch. He drops down to one knee as he raises his head up just in time to see the second mace strike hitting straight down in his face. There's a gratifying crunch and a smash. As it literally, you feel the resistance as you pull the mace clear from his indented and crushed, obliterated skull. He collapses dead at your feet. Without a second pause, you swing your mighty weapon over to your right. It strikes the guy, and you do 10 points of damage to him.
Now, knowing full well that I'm freaking surrounded, I'm going to use what little move I have because that was a full round. Basically just a turn to face as many of these guys as I can, knowing full well my back is exposed to the wall
Okay.
behind me. So I basically just pivot on my foot to try to not get flanked, even though I am flanked, you know.
All right.
Shit.
Okay. Once again, the mighty reek creature, unable really to do much. It's not the best trained creature that an orc could possibly use. It's capable of being driven in a certain direction, but it doesn't give a shit that its boss is on its back. It is going once again to try to throw you guys. So you're going to be making a grapple. You need to beat a 13. Marlowe, you do. And I need to make a grapple check for this dude. And so does he. Okay. As this thing attempts once again to buck you off, both you and the mighty orc warlord are able to kind of ride the waves as if you're on a surfboard and not get thrown clear.
Marlo's enjoying herself right now.
Right. Alrighty. Oh, I just deleted
Thought you were
him
gonna fall there.
by mistake. Hold on.
You deleted something?
I just accidentally deleted my orc warlord off of my... It's alright. I only deleted him off the turn order. I deleted him off the turn order, so I'm just putting him back. There. Alright. And it is... Let me just move it down to meet him. Get him back on top. Because it's his attack. Okay. Alrighty. So the huge orc warlord with his two-handed axe rears back and begins to swing and hurl this thing towards you in a vicious and violent manner.
Oh. It's going to be me this entire campaign is just going, ooh, ooh.
Alright, swings it twice. He will hit an AC of 21 and a 10.
No, he misses.
He misses with both? Okay.
Yeah.
And plus I've got to... Alright, so... Yep, he swings
Also,
at you.
yeah,
You're able to
-4,
duck
right?
the first one and move deftly to the right from the second one.
He missed even without his negative, so...
Yep. Alright, Marlowe, it is your turn.
Okay, flurry of bros again.
Alright, let him have it.
Almost push damage again, you guys. I got it. I got it. No. -5. Oh. No. Oh my god. So many things to click.
Oh, shit.
Alrighty.
Another 20, guys.
Well, you
But I only hit once.
You only hit him. You hit him once, but actually no, you hit him twice. The second one's a hit. The last one's a hit as well. Alrighty, and once again,
Natural 20! Was that a crit or something?
So you crit him doing 20, and then you give him a follow-up slap for 12.
Sorry.
Alrighty. He is definitely looking like he has seen better days. He has blood dripping from his mouth, and you can definitely see this huge, big, kind of like a protruding lump from his ribs, where you're pretty sure you broke one of his ribs on that last left hook. Alrighty.
Nice.
I didn't want to do that. Alright, grimacing through the pain, he just spits the blood off of the side of the huge big beast and glares at you, ready to dive in with his axe. Kialiana.
Hello.
Alright, so Radovan is basically in the middle of a gaggle of orcs.
Yes.
If that's what you... Gaggle of orcs is the correct terminology incidentally for a group of orcs.
I smile mischievously and I cast telekinesis. Using a violent thrust, I attempt to push this orc violently against that orc.
So you want to like slam
knock
him
over.
into the next orc?
Yes.
I swear I thought you were going to fireball me.
It would have...
Do you think I've
But
learned
sir,
nothing?
won't we hit our own troops? Well, yes, but we'll hit theirs as well.
Theirs as well.
That's the old Kia Liana might have done that. This Kia has to worry about stuff. All right, okay. Gets a willpower save to try to negate. Not the best save for orcs, I must say.
Oh, I see how I can fix
Yeah,
this.
no.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, it works. You can basically move. Let's see. What is the weight you can move? Do you happen to know?
Max of 25 pounds per caster.
Oh yeah,
so
easy.
14,
Alrighty.
25.
Yep, you smash this orc in the back. So basically, it's like two ginormous, magical, transparent hands hit this guy, and he's like lunge and thrown forward as he slams into his orcish friend.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Damn.
I'm gonna move that one here, and
I'm
that
gonna drop
one,
about
and
10
that one
feet.
here. Okay, and then you're using your move to come down.
Not all the way down, just about 10 feet. So I'm about 30 in the air right
All
now.
right.
And kind of go right over Radovan.
Just the fucking gnat flying over my head, isn't it?
I'm just like, hey, how's it going out here?
Oh, I
Hey,
remember.
what's up here?
I remember. I
I'm
can do
just
this now too
surrounded.
in this campaign. Okay.
Kia flying.
All right. So Kia, you're hovering above. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's go to certain orcs. Okay. One of them is dead. So we have two orcs that are still toe to toe with Radovan. Well, three technically, because there's this guy. All right. They will all have a flanking bonus. So I'm gonna go ahead and make their attacks.
22 from the front with my shield, 17 from behind. Spicy.
That's interesting.
Oh, what did I just do?
What
there?
did Violent Thrust do? It knocked two orcs over.
Right. Yeah, it basically knocked two orcs out of the initial combat. 1, 2,
One hits.
3, and that would have
Depending
been
on which one.
that.
which
The
one is
last I
behind.
basically went clockwise. So first one, second one, and then this guy at the back. So 16 and 26 from the front, 20 from the rear.
Okay, so one from the front, one from the rear. 2 hits.
All right.
You son of a bitch.
All right, a combined total of 22 points of damage as you feel a violent stabbing pain in your rear and a nasty gash across your left arm.
All right.
Okay, now these two orcs that were knocked out of the combat... Oh, this guy's got to get in. Okay, and he's moved in. I forgot all about him. So he's moving in as well. Okay, these
He's
two...
just hanging back.
are not going to
Larry,
get
no.
to make an attack this turn against Radovan. However, the one that got slammed into, he is going to... You see him kind of look up, and he hurls his falchion at Kealiana.
Really?
But he's only going to get this to hit because he's not skilled at doing so.
Yeah, it hits.
But he will hit a 19. Okay, I'm not. Oh, it's a thrown actually. So yeah, he does. All right. Okay, you suddenly out of nowhere, a flying falchion slashes your right thigh for 9 points of damage. Remember, you will need it to cast next turn. You will have to pass a concentration check, 19 or higher.
Okay.
All right. 1 second.
Very good at sword throwing. I'm impressed.
Oh,
mostly.
that was pretty
I'm
good.
impressed,
That was a
Orc.
pretty good sword throw, wasn't it? Not bad for
I
an orc.
deserve that damage. Thank you.
Alrighty. Of course, the weapon, after slashing into your thigh, lands somewhere over here, so he is now weaponless. Okay. Down to Mr. Rainier. Come on down.
Alright, so I'm going to use my strength domain to buff myself up. This is the closest you'll ever see Radovan to being the Hulk, just not green and not large.
Oh, the orc's pretty green and large.
So it overwrites my divine power enhancement bonus with his cleric level enhancement bonus,
Right.
so it's a little stronger.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to do one attack on the red guy.
Right, go ahead and
And-
go ahead and spam the spell for us.
Oh, I don't. It's not. It's a domain ability. I don't have it listed as a spell. I'm
Oh,
afraid,
okay. So
but-
you're just talking about your Uber punch.
yeah, you
You're
can
saying
perform a feat of
Cuthbert-
strength of a supernatural ability from a strength domain.
Yeah. So basically,
enhancement-
it's like,
No.
by Cuthbert's hammer, I avenge thee. Oh, no. All right.
So
Okay.
one attack on the guy in red
Yeah.
and 2 attacks on the guy over here. That,
All right.
because they're the ones in front of him. Makes sense.
Go right ahead.
All right.
Alrighty. That's
So
3 hits.
18 on the red guy and
All right. Okay.
34
So
on the-
he swings the mace. It smashes the first guy. As it does so, there's almost like a sonic boom as it hits him in the chest. He goes flying through the air. You're dead. You can be moved out of the way. Flying through the air, landing over here with a gratifying crunch as he hits the ground. But clearly, from the shattering crush and the ribs that kind of broke apart from the first blow, this one is dead. Okay, this is the second one. No, not this one. This one was one you're going to hit the next one, right?
oh, the one I'm facing right now.
Yeah, okay.
Because yeah.
Alrighty. Afresh. Turning around, you swing your mace violently at him. He futilely attempts to bring his shield up, but oh, too little too late, as the mighty blow smashes into his shield arm. With the pain and anguish, he is unable to raise it to defend himself from the second blow, which smacks him right upside the skull. Once again, a gratifying crunch as he slumps dead to the ground with kind of oozy brain stuff dripping down the side of his head. There you go. Just because
my mace is
graphic.
bloody and brainy.
Yeah, you've got bits of
Very smart
brains.
mace.
Brains. Alrighty.
And I don't to take a 5-foot action back just to gain a perch again.
Okay.
Because all these guys are still in front of me and they scare me.
All right, our orc warrior. He is going to attack Marlowe twice.
Oh, is the thing we're standing on doing nothing?
Oh, actually, he should have been before. I need to move him down. It's messed up the order when I deleted him. So I'll roll for him next.
Well, neither one of those hit.
No, neither one of those hit. So forget him. Right. Yep. Once again, the reek is going to try to buck you guys off. You need to beat a
Oh,
26.
Natural
Not
20!
That was
Both.
All right. Unfortunately, both of you are hurled clear from the beast. As he bucks you off, you both are going to drop 12 feet. I'm going to go ahead and roll 1d3. You fall to the left. 1 to 3. You fall to the left. 4 to 6. You fall to the right. So he is going to fall. And I'm talking my left or right. So he is going to fall to my right. So he's falling down here. And I'll roll for Marlowe. And see if she lands on the side of... yep, and she's going to land down here with him. Okay. Do you have any special fall-breaking abilities with your monk?
I do. I mean, I thought you were going to ask me to tumble, but no, I can fall like 40 feet without any problem.
Yep, that's what I figured. So you don't have to roll. Basically, you definitely managed to, bring yourself down to the ground. He is going to have to make a check.
Oh, 60 feet, my bad.
60 feet, yeah, 20 is no problem. And he failed, so he is going to take... he receives 6 points of damage from the fall as he slumps to the ground. All right. Marlowe, it is your turn. He is... You have a... you have a +4 to hit this time. Because he is laying there and prone, so you have +4 to hit this guy.
Alright, let's get some leg action in there. And flurry of blows again.
Alrighty.
Middle here. Yes. And I'm only at I'm at a +3 because it's a
so just add the +3.
Do I have to put plus? Or
yeah. No, you can just put 3. You only need to put a negative if it's a minus.
No power attack. No additional damage. Full attack, yes.
Holy...
Another.
Oh my god.
Creature
Just give 20s after 20s.
Natural 20!
That's my third one.
I'm calling hacks. I swear.
So
I've gotten one. That's your third?
Yeah, she's actually...
I got one too.
And I owe one to Shag It. We'll go ahead and catch up on my natural 20s here. Alrighty. Okay. So that's 13, 18, 8, and 11. Just go ahead and describe to me how you want to brutally butcher this guy. He's dying this turn. So bearing in mind, he's laying on the ground. He's attempting to get up. You are already up because you landed in a ready attack stance as you're poised, crouched down low in snake style. So go ahead and describe to me how you want to finish this guy off. Bearing in mind, he's laying... By the time you attack him, he's rolled over onto his stomach, and he's managed to just push himself up. So your first attack lands as the guy looks like he's planking, basically. Not a great time to do calisthenics.
I mean, he's at my feet. It's less of, kicks coming straight down.
Axe kick!
There's some soccer dribbling going on. I'm going to end it by just doing, just an elbow, the people's elbow, right on him.
Okay, so you basically, it's like you give him 2 really solid kicks in the ribs, raise your foot up high and bring an axe kick right down on the back of his neck, and then when he twitches, even though you're pretty sure he's already dead, as an afterthought, Marlowe leaps up in the air, crack, brings it straight down on the back of his neck. There's a horrible, gratifying as his head twists in a very unnatural position to the right.
I broke it.
You are fairly sure he's no longer alive. There's a pretty good chance of it. You're confident of that. All right, Kia.
All right, I'm going to crack my knuckles, and first of all, cast or do a concentration check.
19 or higher.
Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, your level, shit. 19's nothing.
19 or higher.
Is her concentration +14?
Yeah, it's huge.
+10. Oh my god.
Okay, what were you going to do?
Oh.
I don't even
matter?
see the dice.
I guess it was to gore.
Yeah, it's you don't get to see it.
Oh.
I saw it. It's a 14. So yeah, what were you going to do?
I was gonna cast a spell.
Which one?
Huh?
Which
I don't
spell?
want to tell you which. It's a secret.
No, I need to know.
You lose it. You lose it. when
'Cause-
you-
yeah,
I was
'cause you're gonna-
casting chain lightning.
All right, so yeah, take
Aw.
basically you're like you see her wave her arms like as like she's trying to fizzle up lightning from her fingers, and then the wincing pain is just too much as she can't get the final command words out of her mouth, and it just fizzles at the end of her fingertips in a very embarrassing
You're going to hear
fashion.
Radovan scream, "Clear out! Clear out!"
I'm going to be going up about 20 more feet in the air, so I'm 50 feet in the air, and I'm going to
I'm going to just
say,
move
Cal,
you to here.
can you scout ahead and see if there's more coming, please?
Okay, so you basically let the cat out of the bag.
I do.
All
There's
right.
a falling cat coming
Okay.
to my head.
As Cal leaps from the bag in cat form, he transforms into a pseudo-dragon mid-air and then takes off in this direction. Telepathically saying to Kealiana, yeah, it probably would have been a great idea if we'd have done that before now.
I've been thinking about it. I just keep forgetting.
He said, he said, I appreciate the fact that you got us above the whole fight thing.
Well, I'm no idiot.
Okay. He says, yeah, you keep telling yourself that as he continues to fly. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 remaining orcs that are going to tear into Radovan this turn.
One doesn't have a weapon, correct?
One does not have a weapon. No, he's going to just basically slam you with the edge of his shield. Like, just try to smack you with it.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead
Well, let's-
and make this. So, alrighty, here we go. And they all have flanking bonus. So,
Fail. Fail.
not one of them hit.
Nice.
Alright, let me go ahead and...
Wait, that's two. Two hit.
Oh, the
26,
last,
right?
the last two. Sorry, it was slow rolling them. Okay.
Shit.
/R.
Damn it.
4.
I was going to do something too, but I don't think I can succeed in concentration.
You can try.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty. From the 2 blows that hit, a combined total of 20. So you'd have a...
I'd have to roll a 30 for that to work.
Yeah, you can do that. All right, let me go ahead. I wonder if my fumble thing is working. Apparently not. Okay. Then I'd have to shut off and reload it. So in that case, I will just roll. Oh, and it's a double fumble. Okay. So the orc that fumbles, as he basically brings these falchion back to swing at Radovan, he stumbles over a dead twig. The falchion comes clear out of his hand, flies through the air, and smacks the orc across from him instead.
That's a cute giggle.
For 10!
Nice.
Alrighty.
Orcs are so fun.
The orc kind of like looks at him in utter surprise and alarm and scowls and screams something at him. Anyone speak Orcish?
I think I do. Wait, do I? I forgot if I learned it because of how much I hate it.
You may. I think you do.
I do speak Orc.
Okay.
Yes.
You hear him in Orcish basically says, "When I've done for him, I'm gonna do for you." Alrighty.
Oh, I giggle up from the sky.
Radovan.
Yeah, I'd have to roll a 14 or higher, so the odds are against me.
Yeah, he
Good
takes
concentration.
30 and he needs a 14 or higher.
Come on, roll a 20.
Friggin'
You
combat
got this.
casters, man.
Well, if I don't, I might go down in the next couple of rounds. So
Yeah, he's taking
would be a big risk,
He is taking a
you
whooping
know?
from this orc armada. What you gonna do, buddy? What do you want to try? What do you want to try to
You
cast?
got an
if
angel
you want to try to
floating
cast?
above you.
all that punishments, could I mean, I would be 2 more turns of taking damage. Fuck it, I'm gonna be ballsy. I'm gonna try to concentrate to cast a
Okay.
spell.
What are you gonna try to cast?
Order's Wrath. So,
All right, go for it. You need to get a 30. Come on, Reroll.
Oh my
that's not
God.
fair.
Oh, so close.
So close.
Nope, you just can't get the words out with all the pain and anguish. All right.
So I'm gonna move back 5 feet and fuck.
Okay. The reek is now
It's not
free.
the right time for that.
All right. It is basically. It turns its mighty head, and with both of its horns, you see a huge, big swooping attack as it is going to try to gore Marlowe.
Bring it, you big bitch.
It will hit a 23.
Ha! No.
All right. As the huge horns dig into the ground, flinging old burnt ash, pieces of dead wood flying through the air, you just manage to leap back far enough to not be torn apart by its massive, huge, flying head. Brogash is dead, so you know what? You can get out of my thingy. Okay, Kia.
Don't I get
Wait, no, not my.
you put me at the bottom too.
Hang on, what's going on here? No, Marlowe. Marlowe's next.
Don't skip me.
Yeah, sorry.
What is Marlowe's AC? Huh.
24.
24.
4. Nice.
So when it swung its head at me,
Uh-huh.
I am like, okay, I'm gonna attempt to jump on its face.
Alrighty. So you doing the same thing? You going to attempt to jump, or are you?
I'm
Like on its
yeah, I'm
face?
jumping on its face. Like I want to get
Oh.
right up there.
Okay, so you want to like jump
Punch it in
up
the
and like
face.
grab the horns, but actually from the front.
Yep.
Okay. Give me a jump roll.
This is where I screw up, guys.
Nope.
27.
You gotta keep
Not
that thing distracted, Marlo. 'cause
All right,
I can't
okay.
deal with it.
So yeah, well actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it because it was actually doing this. Alright, so Marlowe, you pretty much leap up, grab hold of the horns, and yeah, you are now on its face. So kind of holding on to one horn.
Getting ready to punch it.
Okay. Alrighty. Kia.
Alright, I don't have to do concentration anymore, correct?
No, you didn't take any damage this turn.
Alright, so I fix my bangs and I cast what I meant to cast earlier, which is Chain Lightning!
Alrighty.
You fix your bangs.
Of course I fix my bangs, that's my move action.
If you're going to cast Chain Lightning, you've got to look swag as you do it.
And I can select which targets. The main target takes full damage if they don't save, and then
Right.
the secondary targets take half. Has to be within 30 feet of the main target.
Right.
So if I hit this guy, I should be able to hit one.
So who are you hitting first?
I want to hit the main beastie, so he gets most of the damage, and then have it arc off to this orc.
Okay. Alright, so you're going to hit the monstrous creature first.
Yes.
And he needs a reflex save. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen either. But let's see. Nope. So he takes... The massive beast
Ooh.
takes 62 points of damage.
Yes.
Have a green
Just
token.
so you guys know, 6 of those 14 dice were 6s, and 3 of them were 5s.
I know, it was
Are
some
you for real?
serious
Oh,
rolls.
wow, that is good
Insanely
damage.
high.
Pan
on
Complex,
that
thanks for following,
damage.
buddy. Yeah, that was a seriously high damage roll. Okay, so it arcs off. It's kind of a mess over here. So you've got, let's see.
Get hit. Oh shit.
I'll put him back where he was. Right, so you can hit him.
I think maybe just that one.
Okay.
I think, well,
Can't
5...
The secondary bolt, each strike one target and deals half as much damage.
I think you can hit 3 total.
Oh, 3? Okay.
So,
Yeah, like
but they
just
must
the-
all be within
Just
30
barely.
feet of the primary target. So,
Oh, well, they're definitely within... Wait, what are you hitting first?
she's
The big
hitting the
Yeah,
big
yeah.
monstrous thing first, right?
I thought about
Oh.
hitting all those orcs first, but I wanted him to take the most damage, so
Well, this is within 30 feet.
yeah.
So, don't want to move him. Go back.
Oh, I see. You're hitting the big guy first, and then
Yeah,
trying
so
to chain it
just
to the
hitting
others.
that and then just like an orc or two if it can.
Right. So let's see. You can hit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn it. I thought I could maybe get more.
No, you can get one. And that's
All
with
right.
me being
Sorry,
generous
Robin.
and measuring from the edge of the beastie,
know.
not the center, right? So, yeah, you can hit that one.
Guys, get closer together.
All right. Okay. Well,
Oh,
it
I
really
see.
doesn't matter because this orc is completely and utterly going to be electrified anyway. Electrified. So it goes from here to here. Okay. Yep. You absolutely. This particular orc, as he's standing there ready to strike, Radovan just goes, and smoke comes out of his ears as he collapses dead on the floor. Quasi Alga Brayak, thank you for the follow, dude. All right, this one is now dead. The big beastie let out a as the blow struck it, but it really didn't seem to do much. There's a big singed
goodness.
patch on its right side, but that's about it.
It's crazy.
All right, remaining orcish fellows. I'm gonna move some corpses so I can see. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 left here, right? Radovan.
Yes.
3 orcs left. Alrighty. Now, yeah, where are you? I'm not going to say they get a flanking bonus because they're not across the plane from each other, so they're just going to get regular attacks.
Yes.
So
Well, still.
no flankies for these dudes. All right, first one, second one, third one.
All from in front, only one hits.
Alrighty.
Actually, only one hits, yeah.
All right. So 2d4 plus 4 for you, my friend. As he slaps you with his falchion, a good solid blow for 9 points of damage. You, Kia, from your vantage point, you can definitely see Radovan is beginning to flag. He's breathing heavy. He's kind of hunched over a little bit. He's wincing. His face is grimacing as he's fighting back the pain. And you can see patches of blood dripping out from underneath the breastplate and the arm point of his plate mail.
You've defeated armies. You got this, Radovan.
I'm not buffed like I was.
All right. Speaking of Radovan, it is your turn.
Yeah, so I am going to concentrate after I hit a 19.
Easy. You got this. You got this,
roll
man.
a 1 or 2.
Don't
I
jinx
roll-
it.
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. You grit your teeth and fight through the pain. Take the pain.
Good gore, Jesus.
Oh, come on. You don't get the platoon reference. That was your pop culture reference for the night.
And I am going to cast Cure Critical on myself
Selfish.
for only 24.
All right. Yep.
2-1.
The power of St.
I know.
Cuthbert heals you for 24 points of damage. Okay. Back down to the reekish creature. Okay, so Marlowe, you are on its head. Now, that's a good thing, normally.
Normally.
It goes... And as it breathes out, you are aware of this hideous, really foul-smelling, whitish green crap comes tearing out of its nostrils.
Oh.
Fuck.
You're on its face, so it has to make a ranged touch attack. So what is your what does it need to hit for a ranged touch attack for you? So you're losing
Dex.
you're losing dex and your physical armor.
This says it on the first page, I think.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so it's just touch attack, right?
Yeah, whatever your touch attack AC is.
18.
And it is an 18. This stuff hits you.
What did it hit me with?
Basically, you're showered in snot. Is what it is. You're showered in snot. You feel this stuff like drench you all over. However, almost immediately, it feels like an incredibly strong analgesic is beginning to take effect. You can feel your muscles beginning to go into atrophy. You need to make a Constitution save, DC 22.
Constitution.
Yep.
Oh.
An 8.
bastard.
Is that really your constitution? You only have a +1 con bonus?
Yeah.
+1 con save?
Wait, isn't it a
That's
fortitude?
not nice.
Not
Yeah, it'd be a fortitude save, not a constitution check.
Constitution check. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I said Constitution.
Yeah, no, I said I said it's
have
constitution based, but it counts as a
reflex and-
fortitude. Yeah,
yeah.
click your fortitude save button. Sorry.
Please be better.
15.
All right.
It's a lot better, but it's not enough. All right, Marlo, you feel your muscles begin to tighten as literally they go into atrophy. They freeze up as you collapse off this thing's face, sliding down, landing on the ground. You are fully aware and conscious, but your whole muscles have gone into rigor mortis. You are paralyzed.
This isn't a poison?
Sorry?
This isn't a poison then?
Are you asking me if it's a poison?
No, I'm asking you if it's poison.
That's what I just said. Are you asking me if it's a poison? It
Yes.
would count as a poison.
I'm not affected by poison.
There you go. Then let me know that stuff.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah, it would not affect you then. So you wouldn't have even had to make the
Nice.
saving throw.
Oh, God.
It's just incredibly gross.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, it does
God.
count. It, unlike a ghoul's paralysis or whatever, this stuff it's physically affecting you. So no, if you are immune to poison, then it does not affect you. You are fine. You're nasty and covered in crap, but it's more of a
I never
tingling
bathed anyway,
feeling
right?
than
That was
anything
the
else to
ongoing
you.
joke last time, so.
Oh, Radovan would totally make you bathe. He would he would just create water on your face, you know,
Right, that's it.
just every day.
Yeah, MC, I used bad technology. My bad. Hang me. Okay. So that is all it's going to do. So Marlo, it is your turn. So still hanging on. So basically, you're gripping one horn with one hand. You're right there. What do you want to do?
Okay, tell me if I can't do this, but I'd like to flurry of blows again right in its face. I mean, I guess if I can.
Right up its
I'm going to say
nostrils.
you
Use
can't
my
really
legs
flurry
and
of
nostrils,
blows
my
because you've
hands.
got to hold on with
Tear
one
'em.
hand.
Yeah, so, I mean, I would use my legs too, but I don't know if that.
Again, you got to hang on with something. So
Alright, so just.
basically you don't have options to do everything. So flurry of blows, you really got to be kind of free moving to be able to do that. You can't be
Yeah,
kind
I
of like
gotcha.
limited.
So it would just be a normal attack.
You can make a full attack, but it can't be a flurry of blows.
Yeah, full attack, but it's under martial arts strike, not.
Yeah, that's right.
No flank, no power attack. Why is it asking me this again?
You can do it.
It like asked me twice. That was weird.
Kids again, what the
Holy
Come on.
friggin' crap!
Natural 20!
What is this? Did you put something in her macro that her crit range is insanely
Was
good?
that a crit or something?
That's a 20 though. That wasn't a 19.
No, I don't fucking care. I don't care.
All right, you are on track, Marlo, to equal your record, which is
insane.
the most 20s in any one session of 5. All right, you smack the thing for 29 points of damage, and it had already taken 62. Was it 62? Yeah, 62. So, alrighty, 91. It is okay. You start waylaying
Wait,
the thing, and just begin to smash into its bloody nose, punching huge, big indentations and tearing at the soft tissue of its face. All right, Kia.
Question: did you count the freezing sphere half damage that I did to it? Like the first
No.
time?
Well, I did count it, but I didn't count it in what I just added up. So let's have a look.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you like.
Um,
I'm just
yeah,
concerned. I don't want to die. Okay.
yeah, you do. Dying is
Flying
good.
in the air, you're not gonna
Um,
die.
Not
I'm
me.
gonna
You're the
die.
party.
That's right. It was 28. So that's it. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Cool.
So hang on. So let me go ahead and change that to Amber. Okay.
Seeing the success of my last spell,
My
I
headphones are freaking out.
rear up And I do it again, except this time to help Radovan out. And I concentrate, and I cast the chain lightning again.
Alrighty.
Where did I go? This time?
There are none within range of you, though, if you aim at this thing. So I'm assuming you're going to hit an orc, right?
At one of these orcs.
All right.
Here. Should hit all of them. Oh God, what is that?
Natural 20!
The orc saved.
Okay. Reflex now.
So he only takes 28 points of damage.
Fine.
As does every other orc, right?
Ooh, and it can reach to this guy.
Alright. Yeah,
So
okay, so if you're
almost
hitting this guy, so you can arc you can arc to 4 different creatures?
Well, I think there's only 3 orcs left.
Well, yeah, but you're talking about him as well. So then 3 plus that. So as long as you're able to hit up to 4 creatures, you can do so.
Oh, I can hit up to 14 creatures.
Right.
And I love it.
Alrighty, okay. So they are all going to take 28.
Okay.
Okay, including the one that saved. So this guy, it's enough to fry him, so he is dead. The remaining orcs are still alive, but barely. The orc that you hit is already
Still
dead.
alive? Oh, I meant to. Oh, I didn't realize he was dead.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the live ones. How many are left?
Did really well at his
So,
save.
well, there's 4 live orcs left. So here's the thing. I'm assuming you would have hit one of them, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have targeted a dead. Okay, which means you won't be in range to hit this thing.
All right, that's fine. Just want to help out my friend
Yeah, he's
Radovan.
dead. He's dead. So
Sir
these 2
Radovan.
were unhurt, so they are both seriously hurt, but on the verge of dead. All right, so there are 2 orcs left alive. All right.
Damn it.
We are going to make a morale check for these orcs. Something I use. And I'm going to say they will need a 18 or higher to stick in this fight. First one.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Gosh, damn
Wait.
Natural 20!
Just
oh,
one.
I saw 2 20s. Oh, it's the last one.
Course rolled like a good
This
6
is
or 7. of
insane.
these.
There
All
we
right.
go.
One of them basically has had enough. He is going to turn tail and run. Radovan, you may make an attack of opportunity if you wish, as he flees from combat.
Fuck yeah, man.
Man, this is like natural 20 heaven tonight.
Right?
I've almost rolled more than I did as Cordelia.
6 twats, a big hit, too.
All right. As he turns to flee, Radovan smacks him right in the back of the skull. Crack snap, he falls to the ground. He is dead.
No.
Yeah, teamwork, guys, teamwork.
All right.
Togetherness, unity.
The last orc, almost in a fit of desperation, swings his falchion at Radovan and misses his mark. Alrighty. Which brings up Radovan.
I am just unloading on him to kill him. Full attack.
It's almost not worth
And
it.
it's a crit.
Hey! 42.
Natural 20!
What the hell is going on tonight?
I'm divinely inspired. I have divine power, so my strength is higher.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's not going to last for much longer, though.
Okay. You turn this guy into a bloody mess. You just the first blow kills him. The second and third blow just like, and the last one, instead of a gratifying crunch as it hits his chest for the third time, is more of a because all of the rib cage and bones are all gone. You're just smashing into organs at this point. Alrighty.
Still need money.
Okay. The huge beast that it is going to try to throw Marlowe from itself.
No, of course it is.
It can't do that again. So A 25 you need to hang on this time with a grapple.
I don't see this happening, guys. I'm just letting you know now.
Hey, have faith. Okay, never mind.
All right, nope. You are hurled from the thing. You won't take damage because of your fall.
Whee!
Plop. There. Plop. All right. But that is all it can really do. So, Marlowe, as you land on the ground, like an annoying wasp, you can basically run straight back at this thing and attack it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Monks are
is it
so
close
annoying.
Is it close enough to the ground that I can punch it without climbing on it?
Well, you can punch it. I mean, you can hit it in the leg. You can punch it up underneath into its chest. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for, because I'm going to flurry of blows on it.
All right.
If I can actually click the right tab. There we go.
Ooh, I got 120 gore. I just want to look like I have something on the board.
Oh, I owe you a 20?
Yes.
Full attack, yes.
I'm special, damn it.
All right, you hit it
Whoa.
3 times for a total
Some
of
shit damage.
30. Oh my god, it has got a hit point left.
What?
It has 150 hit
Are you
points. You have done
kidding?
149. It has 1 hit point left. Kiliana in for the kill steal.
For real,
Don't miss!
Yeah, I mean, this thing, you can tell it's barely alive. Oh my good god, what is happening tonight?
Natural 20!
Because they're just spell resistance. But,
Oh, that one doesn't count anyway, yeah, but it's still,
but still, it's a
Yeah.
That's
20.
pretty cool looking though.
yeah. You only roll
Wow,
those
my
if it's
blue balls
necessary.
of magic.
Alrighty, yep, that is enough to finish the thing off. As it slumps,
I am God.
as it hits the ground, ash kind of rolls out like dust out from underneath it. The thing is finally deceased.
Milk says it still counts.
No, it doesn't count. Because you wouldn't roll that unless it was necessary.
Right. Can I check in on Cal? See if there's any more coming?
Okay,
I just,
yeah, Cal's basically coming back and saying, nope, it appears to be clear. Nothing else in the immediate vicinity. So, that basically is a win for you guys.
Who are they? And why?
I just noticed I haven't put the fanfare in. I need to do that. Alrighty, yeah. So those nasty, violent, savage-looking orcs are all deceased. You have seen them dead. Alright, surveying the area, there's orc guts and blood everywhere. Radovan's kind of beat up. This massive, big, humongous beast is laying there, dead on the ground. Like a beached whale on land, basically.
Can we use its skin for anything?
War?
I'm gonna shout that as I'm
I
like
don't know.
looking at the big green war orc. Or
Raisa
whatever.
was the one that was good at skinning things.
Right.
Can you do it, Marlo?
It's not really my area. I mean, I could try, but I'd probably butcher it.
I mean, this is not an easy thing to skin either, because the hide is incredibly thick.
where do you guys plan to put said skin?
I mean, I don't know. Me and Raisa drug a dragon head back to the kingdom, so...
But we're nobles now. We don't. What is this gonna do for you?
You mean nobles can't go bring back giant
Trophies?
skins for their people?
I don't see the point in having a trophy when
What
you
if-
can have.
I mean, have you ever seen one of these before? What if we brought it back to Rockhill and people might pay to come see it?
A
Will it
smelly,
keep it
dirty.
Anybody warm? We could lay it in like one giant house. It could be like the skin.
Maybe they could make
house.
weapons out of its horns.
Well, anyway.
that I can see.
This is the
Maybe
perfect
just
time
the
for us to
horns.
take our first break. So let's do that. Alrighty, guys, we're going to take a short break. You guys, as I said, you've mopped up all your adversaries.
So I'm going to immediately say to them, perhaps try to get the horns of the beast, if anything, I do want to look around this place to try to find the guards and bring them back, maybe using that sled that this thing was carrying. We can attach it to the horses and
Yeah, we can do that. As I'm saying this, I'm poking through see if the creepy ass warlord has anything.
No. Pretty much all he has. I mean, he has a huge, big two-handed axe. The axe head looks like it is made of bone.
Oh, cool, but also kind of gross. All right, I'm done with him then.
Any of the weapons or shields that the other dead orcs are wearing, would be something that a guard would use, or are they kind of just rudimentary? And
well, the shields are kind of like spiked. They're like about yay wide, and they're long, and they've just got two spikes at the end. The falchions are like two big two-handed scimitar type things, very cumbersome. Probably not good for your local militia to wield.
But the shields, so Radovan's going to praise the shields.
The shields could be utilized, yeah, for sure.
So he's going to take the shields and put it on the sled with the pelts. That's what he's going to be doing.
All right. So you're taking the skiff, basically.
And while he's doing that, he's going to say to Kia, would Cal mind scouting around to see if they can find any of the dead guards? I would very much like to bring them back.
I'm going to look around for Cal.
All right, he's just...
And if I don't see him, then I'll use my
when you
empathetic
eventually
link.
see Cal, you basically see him. He's like eating a rodent over here on the by this tree.
Okay. So I asked him through our link, Cal, did you see any dead guards while you were looking around?
Give me a spot check for Cal.
Okay.
Oh, Cal, please. You used to roll so well.
Actually, I don't even know if Cal's stats are accurate on his sheet.
Oh, true. We didn't,
Because I don't know that he's been leveled up properly. Actually, his skills wouldn't have changed, though. Only his stats, so... 19. He says... Dead guards. Did I see any dead guards? No, I don't think I saw any dead guards. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I did. There were 4 of them.
Tell us where we can go get the bodies.
Okay, he says, and he kind of like just looks up at you and he glances off in a northeasterly direction. And he says,
okay.
As he basically swallows down the tail of the mouse that he's eating, he goes, that way.
He's more of a dick than Radovan.
Is there any danger we should be aware of? And
he says, I couldn't see anything.
Okay. I'm going to repeat everything that Cal just told me back to them, that the 4 guards are northeast, and we should head that way. I'm still flying, and I'm going to continue to fly.
Okay. Yeah, why what when you can fly?
Yeah.
All right.
I am going to cast a Cure Light on myself because I'm still a little hurt.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
Hey, I need that.
Bloody hell. What? I mean, I don't get it. Not that you need that dice roll, but it's still 13 points. It's still a max heal. All right,
When we
nice.
really need these 20s later, we won't be able to get them. Though.
Right.
I know.
Oh, yeah, I got a spell resistance, too. Yeah.
Yeah, that rolled the spell resistance, which you just don't even need.
Well, I have them in all my spell scores, so...
I know.
So
In all honesty, that's probably something that would be good for the stream purposes for us to remove, but we ain't gonna worry about it right now.
Boo.
Alright, so I'm gonna, feeling better, go northeast, like
Okay.
Kia said.
You traipse about. Is it just you going, or is everybody else going as well? I know Kia said she was going to fly over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Perhaps bring the shed, that...
Well, that sled, first of all, look how big it
Bodies.
is.
How big is it?
I mean, it's huge. It's got, like, the runners on this thing are made of cast iron. It's got huge, big planks. This is not the sort of thing that you guys are going to pull or move by
No,
yourselves.
we're gonna get the horses to do it,
Yeah,
right?
you're going to have to bring the horses to the sled if you want to move this thing.
Well, we
that-
can't bring 4 bodies back here. There's only... Unless somebody can drag 2.
Depends on how much they weigh.
They're
You
dead
remember
people.
who they look like? But they
a couple of 100 pounds apiece, approximately, guards.
Well, Radovan's gonna go take one if he can, then go, and then take the other. He's gonna take his time being
Yeah, I mean, if you and Marlowe both bring one back, it'll only take you 2 trips anyway.
It depends. Am I lifting it off the ground or am I dragging it?
Try to be respectful of dead people. Marlowe. Maybe not dragging it. It's like pay respects.
Well,
I mean, physically you can lift 2, but it's the cumbersomeness of 2 whole people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not
I can
always how
lift
much you can lift. You've got to be able to
460
get hold of it. So,
wonder what these damn orcs are up to.
okay. So you guys go over to the bodies. When you get there, they are all stripped naked, and most of them have had huge, big slabs of meat cut from their bodies.
We can't take them back like this.
Basically, they're also smelly and rotting because, it took the guy 2 days to get back to you. So they've been dead for 4 days. They smell bad. They're bloated, and they're half consumed.
I see.
Like their thighs have been cut off, their buttocks have been cut off. All of the good meaty pieces have been sliced off and very probably eaten by the orcs.
So it's clear we're not going to take them back, but we should bury them, give them last rites.
We could do that, or if you wanted, I guess we could use some of the furs to make shrouds.
Rotten, going back a day with them. This land is coming back to life, so they
The
could
dead bodies will help it.
be the nutrients, but we'll make sure they're buried and put to rest well. So, Radovan's going to start digging with something.
If that's what you want to do. I mean, it's not like I could get any more disgusting at this point.
Oh yeah. Speaking of
I'm gonna
which,
help you dig.
with the
My
second-
hair is like all crusty and like rotten.
Yeah, she's got like this nasty crap that's kind of slowly drying on her. Like,
I've got like the something about Mary's hairstyle going on right here.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but in
I'm
the worst
basically-
possible way.
I'm basically creating water on you and drenching you.
Well, as I said, it also stinks really bad too, so it's got a horrible acrid smell.
Yeah, I'm basically giving Marlowe a bath. 28 gallons worth of cruising water on your face.
All right. You dump 28 gallons of water on Marlowe. There's an awful lot of wet ground now. 28 gallons worth of it. Really, she's not honestly that. I mean, it's not like she's really cleaned by that. It's more like you've just made it looser. So it's like a lot of it's off, but
Just clean yourself, Marlowe, please. Just, just once.
it's kind of like imagine a camel spitting on you that's like 10 times the size of what a camel is and how much mucus it could produce. That's kind of what it's like. Okay.
All right.
But yeah,
so
I mean,
we're gonna dig into the soft, cold grounds and bury the bastards. And
the soft, cold ground? You mean the hard, cold ground, right?
yeah, the hard, cold ground. I know.
We were hoping.
Right.
It's winter.
Oh yeah, it's winter. The ground is rock solid, especially out here where it's nothing but open plain and dead grass. So, what do you want to dig a hole with? How are you going to dig these? Are you actually going to try to bury these 4?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah, you're going to be talking about some serious work then. What are you going to be using?
Well, it may not be the best idea to set them on fire. I mean, I'm just saying
We'll use the shields, the orc
Right.
shields.
I mean, with the ground as hard as it is, as soon as you start digging, you realize this is going to take you pretty much a day. And that's just to get them enough in a shallow enough grave to cover them over. I mean, the ground is so hard. Without a proper shovel or anything, it's even harder.
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry. Guys, I think I should just do what I do best here.
let's make sure it's not near any trees. We don't want to.
Don't worry, I'm not allowed to do that. I'm
What
gonna
are
glance
you-
at Cal.
What are you going to do, Kia?
Well, we need to just burn the bodies. It's still a sacred act for burial.
Like a pyre.
guess the pyre is the best way to do it, but let's keep it controlled, right? You know,
Well,
we don't want...
You have the water, I have the fire. So.
I kind of just use the water. I only have one, but yeah.
Well, we're going to find some ground that doesn't have anything super flammable near it.
Okay.
That's pretty much everywhere, because this was a burnt area anyway. Satchmo! What's up, buddy? Thanks for the resub.
Hey, thanks,
Appreciate you,
Satch.
dude. 11 months. Spam your hype, spam your rollies.
All right. I'm just gonna stand over the corpses and I'm gonna say, thank you for your contribution to the town of Rockhelm and the kingdom of Arconis. On behalf of Cuthbert's, we send your bodies away, hoping your souls and spirits return to the afterlife of your faith, in rest in peace and harmony with the world and the universe. That's the best I can.
Nice. With that, I set them ablaze.
The little
Let's get out of
smirk.
here.
The little smirk, yeah. I know Skia has a smirk on her face right now.
No, actually solemn, glancing at Cal a lot.
So what do you want to do? How do you want to burn the bodies? What spell do you want to use to do it? Fireball will be a bit of a mess, because it's more of an
No, I
explosion.
got Scorching Ray,
Okay.
probably.
You're just going to zap them. That's so
Pile them up and like...
What do you think? You think
basically
it's
hitting
like
him with a
calm
flamethrower,
fire
right?
Spell?
Yeah. The problem is there isn't really much in the way of flammable material around here.
Burning
because-
hands. Ooh, burning hands. That's a good one.
Yeah.
What if? Well, no, we can't drag that.
Yeah. You don't really have
we
much in the
said
way of
no.
flammable material to kind of build a pyre or anything, so it really has got to be a high intensity instant
Melting.
scorch. Yeah.
Just do it, Kia. Just do what you got to do.
All right, I'm going to start burning hands. The
Alrighty.
bodies.
I'm going to look away.
All right. So Kia basically cremates the corpses as best she can. You know, obviously you're not going to get him to ash, but you'll get him to completely unrecognizable mutated human forms. That's no problem.
Oh, so fucked up.
Great.
Not happy.
Yep.
All right, let's get the horses attached to the sled. We'll get the pelts on the thing with the shields, and we'll get home.
All right. So you guys are going to do that. You drag the horses over. You tie them to the sled. As heavy and as huge as this sled is, it takes 2 of the horses to be able to even get this thing moving. So it is not an easy... I mean, there were ropes tied to the big beast, so you can use those to tie him to the horse. But because it's
Did we
a
cut the horns
sled...
off?
Now, the advantage is, because the ground is frosty, the sled actually... Once you get the sled moving, because you have to like break it to get it going, it actually doesn't move that bad once it's going. So there's enough room on it for at least you. I mean, you 3, if you're not taking the bodies back and just the shields, you could actually ride on that along with it.
Perfect.
Or of course, if you or 2 of you could, and 1 of you could ride the remaining horseback.
Well, I think we'll do that. Take turns or whatever. Yeah.
All right. Alrighty. So you head back to the town of Rockhelm. All right. You arrive back in Rockhelm. Obviously coming through the northern gate. As you approach, you can see the 2 young militiamen.
Finally, my heel. Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
all right. They see you approach, and they're like... waving at you eagerly from a distance.
I'm just gonna nod at them, kind of somberly.
All right.
I'm gonna wave back.
Hello.
Alrighty. So you enter back into Rockhelm. All right. Once back in town, what do you want to do?
We take the furs to the furrier.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Take the shields to the guards, and basically I'm gonna ask them, like, are these wieldy to you? Are they useful?
I mean, they're heavier than they should be because they're cruder made, but yeah, they're viable for them.
That's okay. They'll be buff as hell when I'm done with them.
And I'm gonna
the
say that
spirit.
Marla will probably with you.
They'll
with the
just be
shade.
like, shields! And I'll be like, you don't need those damn shields.
Right. What
As-
do you want to
as
hide
crude as
behind
they-
metal for?
as crude as they are, they're pretty badass looking. I'm not gonna lie, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah.
let's find the furrier.
They look
afterwards.
sinister anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Find the furrier.
Okie dokie. Well, you find him nestled up in the tavern, in the Rock and Trader. Okay, I just turned the tavern, so let me switch that to Tavern Town. That sound. Okay. Alright. He's not there, so go ahead and wander in. Glancing around, immediately from your cold winter's excursion, the warmth of the fire hits you and just makes you feel instantly so much better. As you walk in, they all kind of look at you, and several people are like, "Oh, good afternoon, my lord, my ladies."
I'm just gonna nod at them. I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. Immediately seeing you come in, Victoria comes ushering over and gathers up a few plates and stuff that are on this table, and she actually goes over and ushers the furrier. Move. He kind of gets up. Ugh.
No, sit. We're here to talk to you anyway.
Oh, fair enough.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, she says,
I don't like that table.
What can I get you, my lord? My ladies?
She needs a bath.
I will have a hot bath run straight away.
Thank you, Victoria. It's nice to see you today.
Actually, we all could use one, so 3 baths, please.
Absolutely.
Separates, of course.
Well, of course, sir. The ladies, I'm sure, are most definitely very modest. We have available rooms. I will have 3 baths run in 3 separate rooms for you post-haste. While that's being done, can I entertain you with a hot meal?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. And may I request that you do not put any soap in my room?
No soap.
No soap, please.
Fair enough. Sounds fine if that's what you wish. We have a delightful mutton stew that I made earlier today. Now, of course, we have fresh meat on the menu again.
The stew and some side of the meat would be great, thank you.
And I would just like some cheese bread and some vegetables if you have anything.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we have plenty of vegetables. That's one thing we do have.
Thank you. You may go.
Alrighty. Arclight, thanks for following. Alrighty. Okay, so she ushers off to get your food and beverages, and you guys gather around the furrier as he's basically, he's eating from the bowl of soup or the bowl of stew, and you can see it kind of dripping into his big overgrown beard. Picks up a hunk of bread, smacking his chops as he does so.
Are you feeling better?
Much better,
Sword.
thanks.
Well,
We found what ran into your guards, the orcs and the giant beast.
You did you? Oh, they were orcs, was they?
Yes.
I never got to
Nasty
really
orcs.
pay much attention to them.
Well, the guards were found irretrievable, so we had to put them to rest. We
As I
did
said,
find.
I didn't imagine that they would have managed to escape.
We did find and kill all the threats.
I'm
Well,
gonna check
that's
out one
good.
of the horns. Like, check this out.
Don't
That's
suppose you
okay.
found my first cache, did you? Oh, you did. Excellent.
We did.
Right,
Yes,
with
it's
that,
outside on the sled.
he says, if I remember right, there was about 7 or 8 furs, and the promise was every 3rd one. Faithless soul, thanks for hosting.
Thank
And the
you.
promise was that every 3rd fur belonged to you, so I think it would only be right if you picked 3.
We will do that, and I guess put them in the trade hall for Chandler to deal with.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
He says, well, if you just want to sell them, I can arrange to do that. I was actually going to sell the rest of these. I was going to set up in the trade hall tomorrow morning myself.
Don't we need a few furs if we're gonna go back out there?
Where would we go, Kia?
If we need to go back out there in the cold to fight off monsters.
There are more monsters?
Probably.
Him yet.
I haven't done that in a while. Felt good.
So you want to keep the 3 furs for ourselves?
Yes, and the remaining, and then he can go out and get more, and those will be used for the town.
Tell me, sir, how much would you sell a pelt for?
Depends on the pelt.
Well, there's some deer, some
The
bears,
deer,
right?
The deer pelts, maybe 3 silver. The raccoon pelts, a couple of copper. Now the bear pelts, there was 2 of those. You may get as much as 2 or 3 gold for one of them.
Called one. Dibs.
So, what
The
if
cat
we...
pelt from the that mountain lion, they go as almost as much as a bear pelt, especially with the head still attached.
Ooh.
Make a nice
So the
rug.
mountain-
Gore, how well equipped are the guards for the cold? Like, do they have furs and
No,
stuff
they don't.
too with their arm?
They absolutely
Oh
do
God,
not.
they need some.
They
Oh,
have
shoot.
regular clothing, but they
Right, because they were
if you're
shivering when we first-
yeah, I mean, if you're expecting that, well, all of those guards, 2 of those guards are still alive. They're actually back by now. But as you remember, when you first come into town, yeah, they were shivering and they had rags wrapped around their hands. I mean, they have clothes, but that's not really adequate for standing outside in the freezing cold for 6 or 7 hours at a time.
So, if we get that woman who can make those, who was making the vestments for Marlowe,
Yeah, she could do something.
turn them into like actual
Like cloaks or
Human
whatever.
cloak.
I mean, a grizzly bear pelt. You could probably get 3 good cloaks out of it, like big fur shoulder cloaks. You know, Ned Stark type cloaks.
Ooh.
Well, let's use 2 of the pelts, guys, for that purpose, and then the other pelt we can divide in 2 for you 2, because I have my own cloak, which is pretty
Right. Well, you have. I mean,
warm.
you
It's a
have the
topaz
2 main
cloak.
guards, but you also have 6 militiamen.
Right. So 3 apiece would be
So that would, if you
2
use
of those would be
if you
6
use the
total.
2 bear pelts, you can get 6 cloaks out of it, which would be
for most of the guards that we have. The
Oh
2.
yeah, we have more now.
So there would
Wait
be one
for
who
it.
will kind of be screwed over.
well. Alternatively, you always can have the option of saying, you know, you
We can buy
hand
an
your
extra.
you hand your
Let's buy an
cloak to the
extra.
guy that's going out on.
Yeah.
You know, when they come in off of patrol, you hand your cloak to the next guy going out. You don't have to necessarily.
Yeah. So we'll do
needs
that.
must.
And then we'll have the Lady Fashion 2 for you and
Okay.
Marlowe.
Well, in the time that's happened, you know, she has completed Marlowe's kimono. So Marlowe now has her fancy kimono. It's not the nicest fabric. It certainly isn't. I mean, imagine a kimono not made of silk, but made of kind of a rustic cotton. It's kind of goldy with gaudy, rudimentary flowers on it. So it actually looks more like a kimono that was made out of curtain material than it does an actual silken dress. But it
Marlo
does the
doesn't
job. It does the job. And honestly, it's considerably warmer than what a silk kimono would have been as well. So,
She's never had one before, so Marlo is thrilled.
yeah, to her, it's awesome.
And so yeah, we're gonna take the furrier up to see the pelts, get the 3 biggest ones for the town and ourselves, and buy one off of him for however much he needs.
Okay.
So we'll have 4, and then we'll turn that into like cloaks and stuff that will be tradable.
Gotcha. All right.
And I think Kia and Marlo will get 1 apiece too for themselves. All the
That's
best of the furs that we have.
There you go. That'll work.
So they need to look awesome.
Okay. All right. So no problem. Alrighty. What else do you want to do?
We need to go. Did the guards have family? Do you know? We need to tell the families of the deceased.
Oh well, the guards came from Meridian, so you're gonna have to go to Meridian to tell them.
No thanks. Not my area of government.
Probably the next couple of days, I will send a sending message to to someone in the guards to relay the message.
Okay.
And condolences.
Right. Obviously, hearing that you've returned to town, Chandler Henderland comes wandering in.
Oh God, Chandler, we're a bell.
He says, I'm pleased to see you back.
Yes.
I took the liberty of keeping notes as to what has happened over the last few days. In your stead, I have continued to run the trade hall. We have had a few visitors. Obviously, the gentleman came back from the recent trip to discuss trade opportunities with the local town, and that appeared to have gone very well. Nothing really has transpired to really bring to your attention too much. All in all, things have been remarkably quiet. I think everybody is much happier now that there is fresh meat here at the tavern, a new supply of ale and spirits and fine wine. Things are definitely looking up. You have done a marvelous, superfluous job of raising the spirits of everybody here in Rockhelm, may I say, my lord and my ladies.
Well, thank you, Chandler.
That's what we're here for.
And the threat from outside has been dealt with. Hopefully, we will not have any more issues.
Well, that is wonderful to hear. Here is the monies from the recent acquisitions that we have made from each day's purchase of the use of the trade tables. And he hands you a small purse, which basically it's all in copper, but it adds up to be about 3 gold.
Well, this is all for the town, so kid.
You add it back to your 5. Yeah, because you've got that 500
yes.
gold, which you've used some of. So who is keeping track of that?
Me.
Do you know what you had before? Because I know you spent some.
Oh, I don't know what we spent. I haven't
We
started.
probably-
Blacklight, thanks for hitting the cheer button, my friend. We appreciate that.
15 some
We
gold
spent
too.
we spent 15 gold to buy 4th of the Grain from Breckendale.
Yeah, that's what they were.
That's all
That's
I
what
know.
they just came back with. So they've now you've got the grain stores and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, and we've spent money on paying some guards, a silver a day. I don't know.
Silver Day. Yeah, Silver
So-
Day.
Hey, do this. Basically, just knock off the 15 and call it quits.
Okay.
The money that you got back from the trade, the money that you get from the trade hall, probably right now, kind of is about a wash with the guards.
Yeah.
So you get the money in, you turn around, you give it to the guards. It's about a balance.
So we have 485.
Right. Okay. Alrighty.
Unless Kia's embezzling.
Okay. By now they've brought over your food that you've requested. You've had time to eat and stuff like that. Your hot baths are beckoning, so you're able to go and relax in a steaming hot bath and get clean. Marlo can even put on her new kimono.
When we're all cleaned up and sitting around, I want to turn to Radvan and say, "Can you do a sending spell today?"
What do you want me to send?
I don't know. I just want to say hi to Raisa. I want to tell her about what we just did. She would have wanted to be there.
You really want to bother the princess of Arconis?
Yeah, tell her we fought some orcs and we killed some giant cow thing.
Well, I'll send her a message on behalf of... Okay, sure. I guess I'll do that for today.
Wouldn't you want to know?
I honestly thought she would just be too busy for that, but sure.
I don't know.
So I'm gonna do a sending spell to Raisa, apparently.
Okay.
And the message is gonna say, "What up?"
What up, bitch?
So,
No, Radovan, Kia, Marlowe, we're in Rockhelm, fought some orcs and gigantic monster threatening town.
Running well.
Town's running well. Let father know that we are on it. Pilgrimage hype. That's gonna be my style.
Okay. Alrighty. So you just kind of let her know what's going on and ask her to kind of keep the king informed that you guys are taking care of the situation in Rockhelm.
Yes, pretty
Okay,
much.
good deal. All right. Now that's the one-way messaging spell you're using, right?
No, it's a double. I can link it.
Which one are you using?
It's called sending.
Okay, so you're not using the one that just does drops off a 25-minute the 25-word message.
No, it's a 25-word message.
Let's have a look.
It can answer in like manner immediately if she wants.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she can send.
So,
Yeah.
so it is 25 words or less. So if
All right.
Bane in chat wants to write a response in 25 words, she's in chat. I think she can do it, and we'll
Yep.
accept it.
All right, go ahead. You can do that.
Reply fucketh off, she said.
Right. One thing that she will say is that the new governor recently was at the palace, and he has just about concluded his business, so you can expect to see him in the next week to 2 weeks.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
So I'll say this to Kia and Marla. I'll be like, we got a week or two left before we will be replaced. So
What?
let's hope. Well, the new governor's on his way.
Oh,
So let's continue with our day-to-day. Try to keep things.
what do we do after this?
Honestly,
Whatever you want to do. Look at that.
I've been
kind
this
of-
unassigned for so long. I don't know. I thought it would take longer.
I mean, what were you doing in Iridian, Kia?
I was starting the Marlowe initiative.
So this is the first that Radovan's heard of it. He'll just kind of raise a brow.
Yeah, Radovan doesn't know about the Marlowe initiative, so
The
yeah, go
Marlowe
ahead.
initiative. I thought I've told you about this.
I thought you were. What is the Marlowe Initiative?
Mighty and resilient leaders of women empowerment.
Oh, well, you can continue that.
Well, that is my overall goal. I was just having so much fun here helping a town. I know there's more towns that need the initiative, but
Why don't you try to instill
haven't
it
grown
here?
attached.
Empower the women here in the next couple of weeks
Yeah,
while you handle day to day.
I've already kind of started.
Well,
I gave Esme a new job. She's learning.
yes, Esme. All right. Well, I'm gonna go take a bath. So I'm gonna fuck off and.
Okay, alrighty. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so bath done, food fed, evening descends. What do you guys want to do?
Let's go to bed.
Alright, so
Go
you
to
just
bed.
retire back to your houses or to your house. Alright. Okay. Do you have anything in particular you want to do back at the house, or?
We heal like one. I forgot what it was. 1 point when we sleep, or what was it?
You in 3.5 you just heal a point if you don't receive medical attention or anything like that.
Okay.
1 hit point.
And I did not. So
Well, it's been a couple of days, Kia. So
Yeah, I mean you can count a couple of points on the way back.
oh,
So I mean it's a day's trip back. So I'm assuming Radovan would have had. You would have rested
have
and
healed
gained spells.
people.
So
that's
we'll
fair.
assume that everybody was healed back up fully by now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Sounds
Yes.
good to me.
Okay.
So go to sleep. Go to the next day.
All right. What do you want? So what do you want to do the next day?
Send the messages about the dead people, the dead guards.
Okay.
Do the town hall for a couple hours in the morning. Help out with the training. That's what Marlo's doing.
All right.
Stuff like that. Just the same stuff we kind of been doing.
Okay, so generally speaking, yeah, conduct training regiments, listen to any complaints, make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to, and really kill time more than anything else, just dealing with issues that come up. All right.
Yeah.
Late that evening, for argument's sake, let's put you back, because you're probably in the evenings if you haven't got much to do. Would you be kind of frequenting and hanging out in the tavern, or are you going to keep yourselves to yourselves and stay at the house?
The tavern and the trading hall mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to put you back here 2 days later. Okay. I'm going to put you in here real quick. Alrighty. Go ahead and kick up the Tavern theme here. Alright. A gentleman approaches you. Now, you've seen him. He was here the other night, but you didn't really pay him much attention. He kind of moves over, and as he does so, he approaches with a bottle of whiskey. He has a small bowl of, like, shiny red apples and a glass of wine. And he puts the apples in front of Marlowe. He slides the glass of wine in front of Kealiana. He puts the bottle of whiskey with 2 glasses in front of you, Radovan. And then he just goes, excuse me, just 1 second. And he goes back up to the bar and comes back with a saucer of milk. And he sits it down in front of Cal.
What the?
He says,
Sir.
would you mind if I introduce myself? And, I've heard so much about you.
Marlo's gonna be like, sure, and takes a big bite of one of the apples.
Marlo! Wait.
Spits it back in her hand.
He says,
I'm gonna put it back in the bowl.
He says, James Beecham, at your service. You must be Radovan Rainier. If I'm not mistaken, you must be the delightful Kealiana. And, this incredibly athletic and fit young lady must be Marlowe Raphael.
So you're James Betham?
No, Beecham.
Beecham. Sorry. I was thinking Beckham first, and then I got the
James Beckham. Yeah, I play football.
Jeez.
Bit of
How
a
can
soccer.
we help you?
He says, so this guy, he is, he's quite tall. He's probably about 6'2", fairly skinny. He has kind of a little bit scruffy and wavy blonde hair, a big kind of thin but long, kind of a brown mustache. He's wearing a brown, long coat with buttons down both sides. Ooh. And he has kind of like a mustard-colored tunic underneath that. He is also wearing leather gloves that kind of go all the way up to his forearm. Kind of like riding gloves.
Okay.
You're nice to meet you, and you're correct in who we are, and you're free to sit down.
Oh,
apparently you need to talk to us.
Oh, well, possibly. I think we might be able to be of mutual benefit to each other. If you don't mind, my lord, if I may sit next to you.
Oh, go ahead, it's free.
All
As
right.
I open the whiskey bottle and take a swig.
Right.
Now
With
I'm
that,
gonna
he
start
kind of
eating the
like
apples.
picks up the second of the shot glasses and slides it towards you.
Oh, I was just gonna drink from the bottle. Okay, thanks.
All right.
Does he have one
to
for
not
himself?
touch
'Cause
my
He gave you 2 shot glasses, yeah.
So I'll pour for him and
Okay.
slide one over to him.
Alrighty.
Kind
And,
of look wistfully at the
he
bottle.
says, to
You're
your
gonna
very
see,
good health.
You're gonna see the
Drinks
sake
it.
cup suddenly come out across the table.
Pour,
Okay.
shoot it back to.
He says, if I'd have known that you had a different preference, I would have gathered, but from the information I was able to gather, that they had said that Marlowe seemed to have a fondness for fresh fruit and vegetables, you yourself a fondness for whiskey.
Kealiana.
You've definitely done your research, sir.
Oh,
Who
yes,
is
well,
they when you speak of, where did you get this information from?
Well, I asked around town, I spoke to the tavern keeper, and, you know, I inquired who was running the town, and they informed me that it was you 3, and then I recalled the tales. You are, in fact, the, famed diplomats, are you not, that assisted good King Marcus Aurelian prior to the war with the forces of Drakkar?
Yes, that is correct.
Indeed. From what I understand, you were very, very capable of gathering many troops to the King's banner, including, from what I understand, you managed to achieve something that wasn't really expected. There was another faction, the name of them escapes me, but from what I understand, you managed to go into the swamps, find these, and somehow convince these rather unfriendly individuals to ally themselves with the forces of the king. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I wasn't there
It
for
was
that
all
part,
Radovan.
Yeah, I was dead at the time.
All Radovan, sir.
He says, yes. Well, of course, I'm sure that your delightful charms played a large part in securing the aid of these individuals, even if you do not feel this is the case yourself. So you are, as I understand, you are newly appointed nobles and seem to have a great fondness for the care of Arconus and the service of our good king, Marcus Aurelian.
He's a cool guy.
This is accurate. We care very much for him and his family and
Well,
the well-being of this kingdom.
You see, I travel a great deal. I have just come from a region far to the north. It is actually beyond the reaches of the rule of our good King Marcus, beyond the northern mountain range to the great northern peninsula. I don't know if you've ever frequented the inhospitable place, but
So, could I do a knowledge... Would it be geography?
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Where did
Alright.
I come through there when I came down to Arconus?
No,
or did I go
you,
around?
You
I
kind
went-
of
okay.
came. You landed to the right of it. So
Yeah, I don't know shit.
I'll go ahead and show you on the
Oh,
map,
boy.
shall I?
The map.
I'm the map.
map,
I'm the map. Okay, so as you can see, Arconus, you can see the northern peninsula is the top, is this kind of jutting out section above. Marlowe, you kind of landed on this other. If you're looking at the screen, obviously you can't. I'm putting it up on the stream screen, so you guys can't see it directly.
Very nice.
Okay.
But Marlowe, you kind of landed on the small peninsula to the right of the big peninsula in the
I
center.
see.
And then you kind of moved down from there, because you came from Fujinami, so...
Fujinami, yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking about this northern peninsula that is directly above. There's a mountain range that pretty much almost completely separates the northern peninsula from the realms of King Marcus Aurelian. Arconus is in fact not considered to include the northern peninsula. So it is a ungoverned region, at least as far as King Marcus is concerned. So he said, so you're going to go ahead. You have heard of the Great Northern Peninsula. You know nothing of it. It's kind of like, you know it's not part of Arconus, so what do you care? You know, that's pretty much been your point of view with it up until now.
So, sorry, sir. I know there is a peninsula, but I have not honestly gone north of the mountains.
Oh, and I could give you many reasons why you shouldn't. I have some information that I would like to relay to you. Probably not best said here in public, possibly due to causing unwanted panic.
So, shall we make haste to the town hall? Make sure you...
If that's where you feel you'd most like to have this discussion, by all means.
Yes, I don't want anyone overhearing anything they don't need to.
I'm going to look very admirably at Kia as she says this. And I'm going to give a little nod and say, let's go then.
Alrighty. So he gets up and moves to the side to allow you guys to slide out of the booth.
We head to the town hall.
Yes, we head to the town hall.
I
Alrighty.
guess I'll take the apples out of the bowl because I don't want to take their bowl. Just leave the bowl there.
Okay, I'll go ahead and just move you guys out of here for now. Alright, to the town hall. Okay, so you... Obviously, this late in the evening, the town hall is completely, you know, infrequented. There's only you guys there.
Okay.
So, James, this is where we conduct our business, and
He grabs one of the chairs and kind of pulls it up to the table
This is where we hear the people.
and sits down.
True. Yes.
Marlo tries to look all important.
Okay.
I'm still on the other map.
Yeah, me too. I'm still chilling in the tavern without actually being in the tavern.
There you go.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks.
Game
I'm going
over.
to take my rightful seat in the middle.
Okay.
James, what is this you speak of?
He says, now, of course it was not but just over a year ago that the good king's forces clashed with Marcus Aurelian. Well, I don't know why I'm explaining this of Marcus
Yes.
Aurelian. Why I'm explaining this to you, I really don't know. I know you were an integral part of the battle. But suffice it to say that clearly Arconis is not in a fit state to defend itself against another group of marauders.
Another.
No, whoa. So, between here and there's a lot of lands. Are you telling me there's another army that is going to be threatening Arconis?
Well, not entirely at this time, no. But this is where you as diplomats come in. You see, the Great Northern Peninsula is home to a second mountain range. Those to the southwest refer to it as the Cairnemoore Mountains. Honestly, I don't know what those that dwell to the northeast call it, because, quite honestly, they're not as civilized, and they probably don't really have a name for it, and if they do, it's probably something hideous and barbaric. Anyway.
Not civilized?
Well, there's a problem brewing up there, you see. At the very far northeastern end of this second mountain range in the coastal region, there is a group of individuals. They are more like small settlements, growing immensely, that they refer to themselves in their native tongue as the Vakiri.
Vakiri.
Now, the Vakiri are a puzzling sort. They're very abrupt, very aggressive, very warmongering type. Strangely enough, they have a fondness for fishing, which I suppose in the land and the territories that they live, being so covered in snow, and it's difficult, and obviously the sea, with them being a coastal people, is a primary form of resource to them.
Yeah, fishing's very useful.
Yes,
I do it all the
quite.
time back in Fujinami.
I have a fondness for the water myself.
I don't quite like the stink.
Well, quite, I understand.
Kia and myself have
but
had
in any
bad
case,
experiences with fish.
now, closer to us, on the southwestern side, are an entirely different group of individuals altogether. They're another sort of faction of folk that some of them live in the foothills of the mountains up high, and then there's those that live closer to the lower areas. The problem seems to have come that due to the recent expansion and ever-growing numbers of this Vakiri, they have discovered a passion for farming. They've realized that tilling earth is a great way to support your community, and with the sea, I mean, let's be honest, it's a point that you can only eat so many fish, you can only butcher and devour so many pigs. Fruit and vegetables are something that, other than hard root vegetables, they don't have a vast amount of. So they have begun to move further to the south. Now, as they move further to the south, the ground is a little bit more hospitable and ripe for farming during the correct time of year, of course, and here's where the problem comes in.
It's not enough land for the both of you.
Oh, well, not me. But the problem is that the Vakiri have had some minor skirmishes with some of the lowland folk. And with that being said, now the two factions have met each other, both of them, one being incredibly proud, the other being incredibly aggressive. you see, potentially it's going to lead to some severe conflicts. If these conflicts get out of hand, there's a very real chance that they're going to spill over into Arconis, especially if the Valkyrie triumph and decide that they need even more accessible farmland.
Would such small settlements really grow large that quickly?
Well, here's
and
the thing.
interfere with Arconis?
They live in small settlements of no more than a couple of hundred individuals, the Valkyrie, but there are a lot of those settlements. That's the problem. They are up and down the entire northeastern coast. The other issue is, and this is what really brings more concern to me, as I said, they're predominantly fishermen. Well, it appears that recently they were visited by a ship, a galleon, a large vessel, which piqued their interest. You see, up until now, the Valkyrie have only really made small boats, possibly capable of holding 7 or 8, or maybe even at the most 10 men. But now they have ideas, and their skilled boatmakers have begun construction of much larger vessels. If these vessels are complete, the Valkyrie may decide that their local raiding should extend to the coastlines of Arconis, in which could cause another problem.
So, the group to the south, what are they called? You say the Kiri. What's the other?
The Valkyrie are to the north, the northeast.
Or to the northeast.
Quite
So
honestly,
who is
I
to
the lowland.
yes,
Lowland.
there are lowland folk and highland folk.
I see. And I guess I understand the need, the request, but we are
Diplomats.
outsiders.
Yes.
We're
Why would they
diplomats
listen to us?
Arconis.
Well, and here's the problem. They won't listen to each other because they're immediately going to... One side is going to be too aggressive and the other side is going to be too proud. It's going to take outsiders with a significant amount of diplomatic skill to try to stop them from having at it, as it were.
Well,
Thank you for the cheer. Arclight, thank you for that.
Arclight.
Appreciate it,
Thank
dude.
you.
Who will we be reporting to?
Well, nobody.
We just show up and
You're
say,
nobles,
hey,
aren't you?
If you're gonna do
We're
stuff,
gonna
don't
do
come
nobles
down
in
into
our-
Arconis.
Well,
we're
here's the
nobles
thing.
of Arconis. That's the issue.
Through my travels, I have had dealings with both sorts. I understand their cultures better than probably any other outsider, so I would be more than happy to accompany you and facilitate meetings with the two sides. The thing is, I am not a diplomat. I don't have the skills or the authority to really manage this task. Plus, I really don't want to run the risk of angering either side. It's not something I need to do, either from a financial or health standpoint.
Here's a question for you. Do both factions speak a common language?
Well, they both have their own dialects, for sure.
Can they speak common?
I believe the Lowlanders and Highlander folk do. The Valkyrie, less so.
The Kiri.
And they have no... What is their respective governments like?
Well,
Anything?
the Valkyrie are governed with... Milk the Femtor, thank you for the cheer,
Hey,
my
thanks,
dear.
Milk.
Very much appreciate it. Much love. Cheer, you say? Right? Yes, they are governed by what they refer to as Jarls. Each holding has a local Jarl that is responsible. He is the law, the order, the executioner, as it were. The 100% autonomy and authority over his holding. They all refer to a single leader, who is, for devices to say, the king of the Valkyrie, but he himself is just a jarl of the largest holding.
Radovan, I don't understand. I feel like if we went up there to talk to these people, we would just be sticking our nose in their business.
Well, if you wish to turn a blind eye and allow it to turn into a huge bloodbath that's going to spill over into Arconis, by all means, be my guest. I'm just letting you know of the situation. I felt it was the right thing to do as a Arconian citizen.
And thank you for doing that. We appreciate you bringing this to our attention.
To answer the second part of your first question...
I'm offended by what he just said. And just
to answer the second part of your question, the Highland and Lowlander, they are family clans. Each clan has a clan chieftain and a clan war chief. They are all, I hate to say it, mostly inbred to some degree. But they quite often fight amongst themselves, they feud, they have problems, but for the most part, both these factions until now have really had no interest in trying to traverse the southern mountain range, or really the means to do so. If the Valkyrie succeed in constructing much larger boats or ships, they may find their way around this mountain. In all honesty, it could take them years to do so. Maybe it shouldn't even be something you should worry yourselves about. But of course, if the Valkyrie did decide to descend south, I don't believe Arconis would have a hope in hell of defending itself against these raiders.
Could you give us a moment to talk amongst ourselves, please?
Oh, absolutely, my lord. Perhaps if you don't mind, I'll, and he kind of reaches for the bottle of whiskey in one of the glasses.
Just go, please,
okay.
Yes.
He picks it up and he takes it and goes all the way over here and sits at the very back, pours himself a shot, and sips on it.
Marlo, you're not wrong. But perhaps if we made it clear that we're not here, we're not going to be diplomats, we're going to be scouts, just to see how close these guys are to this potential future threat.
Oh god, you're going robotic.
No,
Yeah, it's alright. Say it again.
Yeah, go ahead and try again.
Yes, so he's...
I basically said we don't go as declared diplomats, we go as declared scouts. Yeah.
It's... I don't know, he's speaking in a lot of what-ifs and everything, so I kind of like the idea of scouting better. It's just, I still don't understand why this guy's concerned with this.
Well, he's clearly...
Cheer, MC. We appreciate you, dude.
I think he's looking for us to prevent any measures so Arconis can continue to rebuild.
But why does he care?
Of Arconis, isn't he? I mean, he's Arconin. So he heard word that, there's potential trouble that we could be blindsided by.
So he seeked us out personally.
Well, we are pretty famous, Marlo.
It's true. And we have famously gotten some unsavory folk to fight for us. So I guess we must seem like we're great at convincing.
It's just, I can understand, Tadros coming to us for help, or the king, or...
But the king is so busy. I mean, what with what happened in Corthan, and the council, and all the towns we've been trying to put together, all the men that have been lost. If we go to the king with this information, he would probably just say, I have no way of anything.
It's just, okay, a year or two ago, if somebody I didn't know that was not a noble or of any standing in Arconis came to me and said, hey, Arconis is in trouble, we need help, I wouldn't have hesitated. But this guy who's, for lack of a better word, a nobody, to just come seek out people and...
I'm gonna laugh at this when I look at Marlo. You're concerned about his station?
No,
Arconis?
I'm concerned about his station when it comes to him seeking us out for help.
Well, remember, Marlo, we were the ones who brought the situation with Jakar to the king. They were not even aware of it until we did in Arendelle and Finnerton.
But we also had a bigger connection to the royal family at the time.
I can see that. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a personal reason why this has piqued my interest.
What? There is? You know them?
Not exactly. You're gonna notice I become like fidgety and nervous, shoulders slumping a little bit, kind of uncharacteristic of what you've seen Radovan do so far.
What is it?
Before you guys met me, I wandered Arconis, introducing myself to everyone I came across, because I wanted my name to get out there. I wanted people to think maybe they heard the name Rainier before, thinking that they would know some connection to my past. Well, my name is out there. Everyone in Arconis knows who we are. I don't even have to introduce myself to people. They already know I'm Radovan Rainier. So, I'm pretty sure my parents are dead. And for a long time, I didn't even think about them.
Okay, Griffith, thanks for following.
What if they were never in Arconis to begin with?
You think your parents traveled north?
I was left in an orphanage in Deverdek, completely different culture from the rest of Arconis. And kinda to the north of where we've been. So what if they came from the north and left me there for whatever reason? It would kinda be a good,
Why does it matter?
because I wanna know why. I wanna know why. And if they're dead, I wanna know how they died. But I do wanna know why. And if we make it clear to this guy that we're going up there to be scouts, not diplomats, just to get an appraisal very useful, where's the harm in that?
Twin Torches, thanks for following.
I'm not saying we shouldn't do it. I just want to know what this guy gets out of it.
Well, you can ask him. But I'm sure if he's concerned about a potential threat to Arconis, even if it's in the future, we can't hold that against him. And if he's leading us into some horrible, weird trap, I'm pretty sure we can deal with him. But I just don't get that sense. But I won't mind taking this. I mean, my pilgrimage is about to end when this other guy comes to town. Before the king calls on us again for whatever other reason, whatever other situation might arise. This might be our little window of opportunity just to get some information. So that's my vote.
Well, you don't have to convince me of that, especially if these guys are as aggressive and as ready for battle as this guy says he is. I mean, I want to keep getting stronger. I'm going back to Fujinami one day. They don't know who I am there yet.
Well, isn't Fujinami to the northeast of where we're gonna go?
It's across the ocean.
Well, maybe if we go up there and we scout and see there's no real problem, or we see there's a problem and fix it, maybe you'll show us your homelands. I mean, that's another long journey, but I don't think my parents are from there, but, I would do you that kindness as a friend. It would be kind of weird if they were from Fujinami, but...
I can't pretend to understand why finding your parents is so important to you, Radovan, but it obviously is, so...
It used to be, and then it stopped being, and... after what we've been through, it kind of has been gnawing away at the back of my mind. Again.
It's funny, I have not even thought about mine.
I never think about mine either.
Well. just want to know. At the very least, I'll go to the north, we'll scout around, and I'll say, my name is Radovan Rainier. I'll say that again. See if any recognition crosses people's faces.
So Rhaenyra is your true surname?
It was the name that was left at me when I was dropped off at the orphanage. The little note said, call him Radovan Rainier.
Well, Radovan, Sir Radovan, I will follow you anywhere, so I will happily go to the north.
Well, they didn't... I don't know, maybe it would be good to find your parents. 'Cause they didn't leave you there alone. They left you a name.
That's true.
True. Maybe they wanted you to find them.
And I just I fell into my own issues with my stepfather, Declan. You know.
We don't need to talk about him.
No, we don't. Thank you. I don't want to.
No,
those
poor
early years,
old
I
Declan, who accidentally got killed by Radovan Rainier, but that's okay.
But your stepfather, he took you in, right?
Yes, he did.
Oh.
Like the monks did for me. So
Well,
I didn't
the
have
monks
as
were
good
my
an
stepfathers. They gave me my name.
See, you're all bastards.
They named me after a crate that I was in.
Yeah.
They weren't very creative monks. And I gave myself my last name after my mentor, so...
Well, let's call this guy over. You can ask him his motivations, what he wants, you know. We can try to probe deeper into that. But otherwise, I think we should just agree to at least be scouts, just for the king, Conus. If there's something we could actually do, maybe we'll do it. But we'll decide that afterwards.
okay.
So I'm just gonna call the guy over and just like wave at him.
He's like, comes wandering back over, puts the whiskey bottle down. You notice that the whiskey bottle is probably a third empty now. And he's got very red cheeks.
Slow down, homeboy.
James,
He says,
drinking a lot there.
well, it warms me against the cold night air.
I'm gonna look over at Marlo. You have a question?
I don't know, he didn't really respond well to me earlier, so...
Well, his cheeks are a little redder now. He might be more open.
I don't know why we're still
raise the
listening
breath.
to Tavern music. I'm changing that out. It doesn't fit.
James, please don't take this the wrong way. I understand there have been several things that have happened over the past year and a half that have made me a little less trusting of people.
From the stories I have heard and the exploits that that yourself and your companions have been through, I fully understand.
What do you get out of this?
Get out.
What's in it for you?
Nothing. In what way do you mean?
I mean, you've gone out of your way to find us,
Oh, not at all.
to tell us about this.
Actually, I wasn't looking for you in the first place. I was on my way to Iridian. I overheard them talking, and somebody mentioned Sir Radovan, and I inquired. I said, I have heard this name before, and they told me, and when I heard that you were the famed diplomats, I figured it would be probably pertinent of me to give you this information rather than just travel all the way to Iridian as you were already here. If you'd rather me just blow on through and go and deliver this information to the king, I will happily do so.
I don't honestly think you will have the king's ear on this issue.
Well, you see, this is the reason I was bringing it to your attention. I know that what I am proposing is to try to act now to circumnavigate a probable problem in the near future.
I will stop you there, because if we are to go, we will go as scouts first and foremost. I don't think we don't have the right to call ourselves diplomats, even though we have been diplomatic in the past.
No. I'm not suggesting at all that you go as official diplomats. I was referring to your skill in diplomacy being of a vital importance in solving this problem.
Yes, we will be outsiders up north, and we will not have any of our rights of nobility to lean upon. Especially since you say that it sounds like they have their own set of laws up north.
Pretty much, yes. The laws of Arconis are not really followed. You will find that both factions have their own way of dealing with things and doing things.
We would probably have to agree to... yes, understood. So, if we are to go with you, we have to first wait for us to be relieved here.
Well, first of all, I'd just like to point out, I'm not asking you to go with me. I'm more than happy to leave and continue on my business, knowing that you have decided to take care of this problem. It's beyond notifying you. It's really not much more than my concern. But also knowing, in all honesty, that I am probably the only person that you're going to encounter that can explain things to you and possibly act as an interpreter, go-between.
Oh, do you speak their language?
I speak enough Valkyrie. I've spent a reasonable amount of time there. I'm still alive, which is indicative enough of the fact that I have, I wouldn't say trust, but tolerance.
Well, you are... If we do go up there, you are coming with us to be said guide.
And this is the reason. So I just want to make it very clear. It is that I will be accompanying you, not the other way around.
Understood. And we will be going there as scouts for Arconis.
I'm sorry, sir. What is it that you do? What brought you up into the peninsula?
Well, I originally found myself several years back as the first mate on a vessel. It was a trade vessel that found itself visiting. Let's just say that the captain at the time did not have the diplomatic skills that you have, and most of us, after being taken and imprisoned by the Valkyrie, most of us were killed and executed. I myself found a way to gain and curry some favor with a particular local Jarl, and he allowed me to live amongst them as a serf. And during that time, I managed to learn a little of the language, teach some of the language, and the fact that I was able to educate them in some other cultures was of value to them. Indeed, it is the reason I am still alive. After that, when they told me about their food problems and there was discussions, I discussed farming with them. You see, I was raised on a farm. My father and mother were farmers. I explained to them about hoeing and tilling the ground and the concept of fertile soil. This is where they allowed me to travel south. I convinced them that I was able to acquire tools that they would need. In doing so, this is where I came across the lowland and the lowlanders and found them to be a little bit more hospitable, spent some time amongst them, and finally decided to leave the accursed area and come back to Arconis when I realized the problems that were brewing. You see, as an outsider there, I didn't really like my odds being the only Arconian in the region. And I'm smart enough to know that trying to play two sides against each other never ends very well for myself. I've been there a few times before.
I see. Interesting.
Well, you will accompany us as we travel north to see the situation firsthand. If there is something we can do, given our expertise at diplomacy, we will of course talk about it with each other and try to do it. But we make no promises that we will be successful or even try.
Again, you're not doing anything for me. I'm
Fair enough.
merely letting
just
you
want to
know,
make that...
but please understand my concerns. And if you see, the big problem is this. the Lowlanders and the Highlanders don't get along very well. If a conflict occurs, it will probably be the Valkyrie clashing with the Lowlanders. And if that happens with any level of force, the Lowlanders are not likely to fare very well. That would put the Valkyrie right on the Arconian doorstep if they begin to create settlements there and farm the land. How long is it before their curiosity leads them to come a little further? And as I've said, if they successfully create these ships that they're talking about building, they could very easily circumnavigate the mountainous range by going through the coast.
And yes. Okay.
You'll need to wait till the new governor comes before we could take such a journey.
Of course, I understand.
Well, we'll have to make preparations. I imagine it's colder up there.
That's an understatement. You see, other than in the lowlands, just about everything is covered in a thick layer of frost and snow.
No!
And being that it is late December, it is going to be at its absolute worst. It's going to take us several weeks to get there, which will put us in the early, the newest months of the year. But up there, I believe there are moments in the height of summer where it is indeed possible to see some greenery when the snow melts, but that typically only lasts for maybe a few weeks.
This place sounds like a party.
How do people fight up there in the cold?
How do they... Never mind.
Fighting in the cold's not the part
In
that
the snow?
concerns me, but
Well,
I mean,
you're
Fight
dealing
above the
with
snow?
you're dealing with cultures that are used to this. They have grown up there. They have lived there. They have developed there.
I fought in snow before Red Event. It's not that bad. It's just the fact that that's pretty much all they ever see.
Good thing we kept those furs.
Yes, if you are to go north, you're definitely going to need significant forms of winter clothing, footwear. I don't know how you feel about wandering around in that fine suit of full plate mail, but I could imagine that it would be incredibly cold to the touch once it's been below below freezing for several hours.
Oh my gosh, Red Event, what if you get wet and then you freeze and we can't get you out? Then Keo would have to fireball you.
There are
What a
spells
shame.
that would assist me in this matter. The problem is they would also hinder my strength in other areas because I would have to constantly keep using them. So there's a high...
I don't like wearing all these clothes. It's very constricting.
Perhaps
For-
spend
for-
the next week fighting in the furs. Get a
I guess so.
good handle
Well,
on it.
Well, of course, we're going to have to travel through a mountainous pass before we even get to the open lands that lead to the mountain region that we're heading to. So, other than the fact that you're probably going to want something warm just for that journey alone, it's possible that we'll have opportunities to acquire other furs if you happen to be skilled in.
Well, the lands between the two mountains that separate us, I imagine there are blacksmiths and the likes, right?
You imagine pretty much incorrectly. North of this particular mountain range, it is mostly open plains and barrens. The things that you'll find there are not going to be particularly civilized.
So I need to send a message to the nearest blacksmith who is south of us, right? Not in Iridian, but...
There is a blacksmith in the town directly below you, yeah.
What type of armaments...
At Hemsdale.
Hemsdale. What kind of armament would you suggest I utilize on my northward trek?
Armament?
Protection.
Honestly, sir,
Latex.
I don't wear any kind of armor myself. Never have, never will, other than a tunic.
Yeah. High five!
But I wouldn't want to cast any suggestions of the sort. I think that's really going to be something that you're going to have to deal with. I don't have any expertise in armor.
I
What do
will.
they wear?
Well, I can tell you the Valkyrie mostly wear thick hide. I have seen some of them wearing chain shirts, but they always wear heavy clothing beneath them. Those in the lowlands and highlands pretty much also wear either leather or hide. All of them tend to wear warm clothing beneath their armor.
Can you make that work, Redovan?
Leather armor.
Hopefully we won't have to really fight.
All right, we need to send someone immediately to get an outfit of that sort to bring here, because I can use the next couple of weeks to try it out, I guess.
But I'm sure we will visit the lowland folk first, and I'm sure if things go well, we will be in a position to trade with them. May I suggest that you bring with you a fair supply of rum, possibly grain
do they like
alcohol.
We could do that
Is
from
it
our
one of
personal
their
funds.
weaknesses?
I imagine they drink.
I'm
quite a
just
bit.
saying that while they do brew their own forms of alcohol, the Valkyrie tends to brew something that is more of a alcoholic milk type substance, as well as they're very fond of a rather vinegary type of wine. Those in the south brew their own forms of alcohol as well, but considering the climate, both seem to be very fond of such things.
And transportation, you imagine we should procure like a wagon or carriage of some sort? Would that even...
I have a horse. I don't know about you.
Well, we need to get some horses.
Well, you might
Perfect,
find
yeah.
a cart or a wagon is more preferable. It would offer better warmth, and this is the third horse that I've actually had since traveling south. They don't tend to last very long in that sort of climate.
Can we
I
make
don't
it
like
with those
horses,
things
Redovan.
through a mountain pass?
Yes. Directly
Yes.
north of here, there is a mountainous range where there is, in fact, a path that you can travel through. Prior to the war, it was reasonably safe to do so. However, the fort that, well, I call it a fort, there's an outpost at each side that had a small garrison of men. Both garrisons were called to fight during the war and have not, in fact, been repopulated, so traveling through there isn't the best of things to do.
And Astardan is just a graveyard anyway. I see. Okay. And the second mountain pass, is there a mountain pass, or is it just...
No, there. But I do know a way through. Of course, you're not going to be able to travel with any horses.
So,
We just leave
Yeah,
them?
You see, we're going to have to travel northwards through this mountain range, and then we're going to travel far to the northwest. You see, the mountain range that separates Arconis from the northern peninsula doesn't quite run all the way to the western coast. So if we travel there, we can circumnavigate that particular mountain range and travel around it. But that will bring us directly into the lowlanders terrain. Spunky Munger, thank you for hitting the resub button. We
Wow.
appreciate you 12 months in a row.
Thank you for
Much
12
love,
months.
dude.
hey, thanks,
you.
man. So us bringing chests of items and the like is not feasible in your reckoning.
No, I think it's feasible within reason.
If we go circumnavigate the second mountain
Yes.
pass.
I
with
would
wagons and
recommend
horses.
that you. Well, you see, it depends. On a positive note, taking shovels, hoes, farming implements would be very beneficial in dealing with the Valkyrie because it is something that they want. On the flip side, you would be encouraging their efforts to travel south and begin farming. So you will have to decide whether or not it is more favorable that you make a good first impression, or whether or not you want to encourage their efforts in the first place.
I'm just a scout. We don't want to encourage
Short
anything.
of that, you could also take seeds as well. But short of that, the things that seem to make the Valkyrie smile is gold, jewelry. And he kind of points at your Cuthbertarian cross. He says things of that nature.
Yeah, well, it sounds to me that the first people we're going to be encountering and dealing with is the Lowlanders,
Right.
who are the closest to Arconis. So let's not worry about the northern folk. I'm just concerned about my plate armor, for instance. Do I just leave it here, or do I take it with me? If I'm not going to wear it, I should just leave it here. This is a lot to think about, and a lot to prepare, and lots of gets. So
Radovan, just take a breath. It's okay. I know you feel like nothing without your armor.
Well, if it's
But you
any
don't need it.
saved
consolation,
my life quite a bit. But if it's not feasible to wear in the cold,
well, I feel you could probably wear it between here and the lowlands. Once you travel either into the highlands or around into the territory of the Valkyrie is when it may become a problem. The question then remains is, can we find anybody trustworthy to leave it with?
Well,
okay, I'm going.
No.
I'm going to get up, and I'm just going to say, we need to deal with, what is it, Helmsdale? Sorry, the other town.
Rivendell?
Yeah, it's Rivendell.
Not Rivendell. That's not what I
Not
said.
Breckendale, I'm sorry.
Hemsdale, you're talking
Hemsdale.
about. Yeah, it's the town directly below Rockhelm.
We need to get rum, some studded armor or something for me that I can at least try out. And any winter attire that would benefit us, horse wagons and stuff. We need to get a messenger out there to retrieve it for us.
okay.
Like now, because we only have a few weeks at most, and
James, do you need a place to stay? We can get you a room in the tavern.
I actually already paid for a room for this evening, actually. I was intending to leave this morning, but then when I overheard your names, I thought it would be best if I waited and had this discussion with you.
Right.
But I certainly wouldn't mind if you reimbursed me for it.
Well, you can stay the rest of the time while we wait on us,
Well, I very much appreciate it.
of course.
you are dismissed.
You mentioned that you wanted somebody to travel to Hemsdale and purchase things for you, and we have some time to kill. I actually wouldn't mind traveling to Hemsdale myself if you would trust me to do so. I will happily acquire anything you need and bring it back.
That's fine. I was just going to ask our messenger, Carl, but that would be fine as well.
We need a carriage, a few trunks, horses.
From what I
Armor.
recall, it's been a while since I've been to Hemsdale, but a carriage might be a bit of a stretch.
Well, see what you can get, I guess, or
A
a
wagon, possibly. A cart, more realistically. But I will certainly try to acquire a wagon. Indeed, even though the thin walls of the cloth from a wagon wouldn't do much to shield us against the winter, it would at least keep the snow from us and keep the wind out. From my experience, it's the wind that's the worst. You can
Right.
handle the cold. It's when that cold northern wind hits you in the face and it seems to chill you down to the very bone. Even at sea, I never experienced such cold.
Do you have proficient funds for such items?
I do not.
I'm gonna look at Kia and give us some more.
Yes. How much gold do you...
From
You're
your
not
own
going to run
funds.
off with our gold, right?
Oh, absolutely not. First of all, I wouldn't be able to run very far. Secondly, you're pretty well known. And thirdly, from what I recall from the tales, both yourself and Radovan Rainier are, let's just say, significantly magically inclined, so I doubt I'd get very far if I even tried.
That is all
That's
accurate.
fine. How
But
much gold do you need?
Depends what you were asking me to get. I couldn't.
Well,
hazard a
we've
guess.
listed out many things already.
I mean, if you
How
will.
about 25 gold?
We'll have a list for you tomorrow when you
Yes.
leave.
Yes. If you can create a list, then I'm sure once you have the list, you'll have a fair to reasonable idea of how much it's going to cost.
Probably 25 gold, though.
I imagine it'll be a little bit more than
I
that.
think
Jay.
you're going to find it significantly more if you expect me to come back with a horse and cart.
It's going to be 25. All right, we'll see you in the morning, James. Thank
Very
you.
well. Well, I very much appreciate your time.
You may go.
All right. He gets up and he goes, I suppose I should put this back. And sets the chair back where it came from. He says, well, I will be in the Rock and Trader if you need me.
Great.
All right. And he wanders out the door.
My back hurts. Kia's back hurts too.
She's 133 years old. I'm sure it does. A mere slip of a girl.
That's a time of
Alrighty.
events, isn't it? I'm glad we have something to do
Well,
after
that's the
this.
perfect time for us to end the show for
Yay!
tonight. Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orcs Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter at Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons and Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things How We Roll. Follow us on Twitter at How We Roll. Check out the website www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.
Shagget here. On How We Roll, I play Radovan Rainier, War Priest of St. Cuthbert, who just so happened to author a new academic book that's coming soon. It's titled Libido Rectification for the Required Propagation of Arconis' Depleted Men-at-Arms, or more affectionately titled Mandate Number 2 and You. You can follow me on Twitter at @neb_convos for upcoming book excerpts, just to get the hype going, push up the sales. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, I'm the Dragon Spooker, and I play Marlo Rayfell, monk and resident badass for How We Roll. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so using @DragonSpooker, or follow my Twitch channel, which I sometimes stream on, twitch.tv/TheDragonSpooker.
Hi, thanks for watching another episode of How We Roll. I am Jane Ivana, and this is my lovely cat, Norman, who really doesn't want to be here right now. You can follow me on Twitter, @JaneOnTwitch with a 0. Shh, don't tell him, he doesn't like birds. No. I stream occasionally on twitch.tv/Jane Ivana, so you can find me there. And I guess that's all we got. You got something to say? Nope. Peace, suckers. Bye.